sunny skies with a high of 93. Coming up on OTB, LSU baseball coach Bet Torina, or LSU softball coach Bet Torina, joins the show at 8:15. LSU baseball coach Jay Johnson calls in at 8:30, and Chef Michael Johnson joins us at 9:30 for some Munchies. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 1 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome in. Thursday, May 12th, 2022. Hope you are having a wonderful Thursday as the start to the weekend is officially here. Oh, Dan, I forgot to move this chair. This last 2 minutes throwing off all of our prep here. Here we go. We'll go ahead and move this out of the way. Like I said, hope you're having a great day.
Could have just slotted it behind you.
Nah, Danny doesn't like it when it's behind me. He thinks it looks bad on the shot, so I was trying to help him out. Unlike you, who's currently ruining the feng shui.
Clanking around while we're on air.
Yes, well, look, the feng shui's all off now. The feeling's not right? You don't look good. You don't feel good.
Oh, man.
You're not going to play good. If you don't play good, they're not going to.
Pay good.
Thank you, Mari. Pay good. We got there eventually. Welcome into today's show.
I already had to start 2 minutes early. I wasn't going to finish your job for you.
Whose sound is continuously playing back there, Mari?
Turn off your phone. I had to make sure we're on the air, dude.
Turn off your phone.
I'm trying to tell him he keeps blaring his
I have to make sure we're on the air. Clearly, we're having
Mario,
problems.
what's going on?
We can't just be talking
2 minutes early. LSU baseball coach Bet Torina came out.
Well, that's yeah. I mean, we all I misspeak enough where I won't go on Mario too hard about the baseball coach angle. The volume thing is a different case. I hope you're having a great day. Like I said, we will eventually. I may save it for next week's flustering. I know a lot of people are looking for a resolution to the Great Indian Mound debate of 2022. I did not get into the research weeds like I was hoping with carbon dating last night. And I feel like further studies need to be done before we land on somewhere official in terms of the age of the actual Indian Mound. So I'm figuring that might be a little flustering part 2 next Wednesday. We'll see how that goes. You had the NBA playoffs last night. You had the NHL playoffs. And it kind of struck me. Well, before we dive in, what's up, boys? How are we feeling today, Jake? Feeling good?
I'm feeling fine, but has this been a long week?
No, this one is not. I was with you. When was it we said this? Like 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, you're like.
Where it was like, it was so wild. I mean, it literally felt like it was just oozing through the week. No, I feel like this week for me personally has been relatively fast.
Yeah, well, good.
Because we're already here on Thursday.
Yeah.
I feel like it just blinked, yeah. Shout out to the Baton Rouge chapter, the LSU alumni, my guy JP and everybody yesterday as well. It was fun hanging out with Dee Bro and some other alumni over there at the Log Cook. Basically, I just showed up for an hour and got fed crawfish. So thank you very much.
Wait, you didn't have to talk or anything?
Nope. No, just hung out and ate crawfish.
Well, I'll be with Dee in Shreveport on Sunday.
Nice. It was a great time for sure. Mario, how are you feeling today?
Doing
outside. I mean, you okay? A little razzled? How are we feeling?
Yeah, man. Technical difficulties part of the job, but we're good, man. I agree with Hester. This week's kind of gone by slow. I'm pumped for the weekend.
Okay. Daniel, what about you? What's going on?
Not much. Looking forward to the weekend. I also think this week has been slow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Now that we have all,
and that doesn't mean it's been bad. Doesn't mean it's been whatever. It's just it's taken a long time to get to this point. That's all we're saying.
Yeah. Now that we have all weighed in on the most generically boring topic of conversation
Besides
that
the
we
weather.
possibly could.
Do people talk about how long the week's been?
I actually like. I think weather gets a bad rap. I'm pretty passionate that weather talk
Weather's way
gets
more
a
important.
bad rap. You think weather is way more boring?
Yeah.
Not so. There's way more to expound upon with weather. Also, weather is a common experience. The idea of a week going slow or fast is a personally subjective experience, right? So it's going to be hard to create conversation therein. That's why I love weather. We all clown
it. Can be
it.
objective. I mean, I might not think it's hot, but you might think it's scorching.
Nobody. I dare somebody walk in one of these hot Louisiana summer days and be like, "Oh, it feels great outside, dude."
I mean, just like
I'm
in
just running
studio,
around.
like when it's cold, we're like, God, it's cold. And River's always like, it's not cold in here.
Yes. Inside studios, when you get like from like 75 to 68, you get all sorts of weird, differing opinions. But when it's 90 outside, humidity feels like 100, I dare a Mo Flocka to walk in here and tell me that it's cold outside, that they're feeling chilly. Yeah. That's a little pelican for you there. And that's where I was. And look, and that's the thing about weather talk is like when you are talking to strangers, it is such a nice, comfortable bed upon which to lay your conversational head that I actually appreciate it.
Mario, where'd you land on your Pelicans poll yesterday?
Juvenile won the poll.
What were the?
No. I want to know who you put in there. I hope that you did not put Lil Wayne in the Pelicans poll.
No,
Thank God.
Lil Wayne did not make the Pelicans poll. I believe the choices were Harry Connick Jr., Juvenile, Birdman, and other. Juvenile.
Other. Are you an idiot?
Other?
You did not put John Baptiste in there. The man who just won the Grammy for Best Album. The man whose song Boyhood literally has Pelicans and Saints in the hook. Are you dumb, Mario?
Yeah, it was kind of late when you suggested that.
I'm just being surrounded by so much stupidity this morning. It's infuriating me. I got to wake up and first thing I'm on the toilet in the morning, I got to read some stupid LA Ledge stuff that they're doing, just wasting their time and resources. And now I got to deal with you doing other instead of John Baptiste in the poll. I'm hot this morning. I apologize.
Look, I know that you hung out with Scone last night, and maybe
this morning.
And Condon this morning,
know what
and you got
that's
some
like?
anger stuff going on.
Do you understand what that is like?
Hey, just relax. We're not that show, guy.
Condon's had me ready to fight him downstairs. I can't. Other.
Yeah, I'm doing
Baptiste.
the Drake Parker meme to you today, man. Take it easy. Whoa, take it easy, man.
Yeah, well, have a better poll, okay, man? Like we literally gave you the answers to the test, and you were like, nah. I'm gonna try it.
I love John Baptiste too, but I don't think he was beating Juvenile anyway.
I hate other though as a poll concept because mathematically they have way more names to choose from. So like it's completely flawed from a science standpoint.
Oh, back on the science.
Other makes no sense. We will get back to the science. You're feeling way too fat and cocky. Let's be painfully clear. I think you're in the wrong. I just don't have my arguments tightened up enough to come out here publicly and say that you are in the wrong. So we will have our day of scientific reckoning. That is coming as well. Okay. Maybe I'm also a little angry because I am having to watch the NBA playoffs and the NHL playoffs, and it looks like fun, right? I mean, you got Game 5s popping off, Drew Holiday making these insane plays. In hockey, the Panthers go down 3-0 at home in Game 5, only to come back to win 5-3. Crowd going crazy, place about to melt down. And it just reminds me how badly I want the team that I cheer for to be there. I mean, I don't know. Do y'all ever have FOMO when it comes to stuff in real life? We're having those Enneagram meetings that they're forcing us to go to hours and hours and hours to, and I guess whatever number I am represented by, there is an idea out there that I may be more acutely feeling of FOMO, fear of missing out.
You don't have your number
maybe
by now?
Other personality types. I do. Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I don't know anything about it because I'm.
No, I'm a 7 according to the Enneagram God. So if you're into Enneagram, I guess it means that you know how to approach me or deal with me or something. I don't know. To each their own. I know it's very helpful for some people. But either way, it is said that, maybe I feel FOMO a bit more. Are y'all fearing this? Or are y'all feeling this kind of this frustration of being on the outside looking in as everybody else is having fun? I feel like I'm Squidward right now looking out my window and SpongeBob and Patrick are running around in the front yard just laughing and giggling BFFs.
I don't feel that way. I think it's been a really fun playoffs, especially with the gambling aspect of it. I think that's made people more excited about it. And the Pelicans just had a really good season, man. Like, I'm excited about next year. I'm looking forward to hopefully the Pels matching up with some of these teams, maybe beating them next postseason.
Well, and that is the point of this, right? Is that I'm feeling that, and it makes me hope even more and get even more invested and want to hold them to an even higher standard. That I want this Pelicans team to make that next big step and maybe do a jump similar to the Suns or the Grizz. And, I mean, not only have they both laid out the pathway to doing so, but the Pelicans need it, because how many times in recent years have we been here before where the Pels have gotten to a point of building up that hope and excitement only then to completely shatter it the next season? So
but the thing that is different is you have this team locked up, and you just did it without Zion. Like, I think that's a key part.
Yeah,
in
it
the
is
fact
vastly
that
different. To be
everyone's
clear,
happy. They're going to keep everyone. They're not looking to trade their mega superstar. You have the head coach. You have the front office, and like, Zion did not play in the run you just had, and I understand his situation can be distracting. But they didn't allow it to become distracting at the end of the year. So whatever happens with Zion doesn't affect the team as much as we would have thought it would have.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with all that. Like, I agree that the future looks super bright, and I don't expect them to regress next year. I think that they progress. I guess I'm just feeling a little testy this morning, and I really, really want it. And I want Drew and everybody else to know, I guess not as much Drew being on the East, but I want, the Grizz and the Warriors and all these other West teams to know, and the Mavs and everything, that there's going to be another person at the party next year, and it's going to be in the shape of B.I., okay? The real KD, if you will.
Yeah, the way I said it on the podcast was before, whenever the Pelicans did good, it feels like it was still just hope going forward. Now It feels like actual positive momentum that you can build on.
I agree. I didn't know what we were going to talk about this segment. I did not mean to go down this Pelicans pathway. Coming up next here on Off the Bench, we have details on the Tyrann Mathieu contract. And speaking of the LA Ledge, this is not what I was referencing, but they are pushing through a new NIL deal to loosen restrictions pretty significantly in terms of what LSU can do, collectives, everything else. We'll get into what it means for LSU and some of the quotes surrounding it.
What did you and Condon get into it about? Said he made you hot a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, dude, this.
Is that like during the break discussion?
Yeah, because I like to keep the show fun, lighthearted. I don't want to get into any sort of real discourse.
I could just tell, maybe. I don't know if it was from Scone and Tea last night, and it parlayed into.
No. It started
Condon.
This morning.
Okay.
When I had to read about a bill going to the LA Ledge that is just an unbelievable waste of time and resources. That pissed me off in the bat. And then, of course, Dick wants to jump on me and try to call me out for it. And so then he got me fired up as well. But we're not going to go with it on air because it doesn't matter. Like, well, it's fine. Like I said, lighthearted, fun. Tyrann Mathieu contract numbers. NIL restrictions being lifted. Let's go. Off the bench. More next.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Go to airflownow.com. Airflownow.com. If you're running a little hot, or if that weather's hot, unless you're somebody who's going to try to tell me it's cold. That's why I'm angry. Don't pee on me and tell me it's raining, okay? Okay, it's hot out there. And if you work in a plant or construction company, you know how hot it can be, especially if you have to wear a hard hat all day. Well, that's where Tiger Air comes in. With the Tiger Air insert, you just put it in the top of the hard hat. There it is. You hear it right there in the mic. No windscreen. And you get 8 hours of basically your body being a walking AC unit. So if you run a construction company or a plant, your employees deserve the best. Go to airflownow.com and get that Tiger Air insert.
I mean, you hear that thing, right? I mean, this little thing is 3.5 ounces, but it can pack a punch. And it's going to last for a full shift as well. Airflownow.com is the website. Go find out all the information on the Tornado. We show you every single day. I mean, look at this thing. 3.5 ounces, packs a punch. Airflownow.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law offices of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
Thursday edition of Early Line. We recap last night's action in the NBA playoffs, and we start looking ahead to the sports weekend, including more NBA and a big series for LSU baseball against Ole Miss. Join us 2 to 3 p.m. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Esther and T-Bob, the 2022 LAB Prestige Award winner for Best Sports Radio Show. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Welcome back.
Mario, where's our stuff?
OTB, what's up?
Where's our document? Where's our live page?
It's okay. We all have off days.
Oh, man.
We all have off days, dude. Thursday's a good day to have an off day.
Is it?
Nah, probably Friday.
Yeah.
Friday's probably the best day to have an off day.
Although
but then it's almost not an off day because everybody's having an off day on Friday because nobody gives a damn about Friday.
I was about to say, although one of my favorite shows we've ever done together was a couple Fridays ago when you got here right before the show and we had nothing.
Nothing.
We had nothing and we just went.
I don't know what we did. I just talked.
I don't remember either. You laid down between each segment.
I just talked for 3 hours after I shot my energy load at the very beginning in the first segment part of the show. Yeah, I mean, yes, those are fun as a one-off, right? If that is every day, I don't know if it's as successful. You asked an interesting question that maybe we'll get to it in big deal or no big deal or something like that. We could put it in there. But talking about, are the Grizzlies better without Ja Morant? And it's fascinating because objectively, scientifically, right? A big science show here. Like scientifically, the numbers say yes, right? Mario, like what was their record during the regular season?
20-5 straight up without Ja Morant.
And don't they have like better offensive ratings and even like all this kind of stuff?
Defensively, they've been a little bit better. Offensively, no. I mean,
Okay.
Ja was averaging 38 points per game in the series against the Warriors, but they covered in the game when they were 10-point underdogs in Golden State, and then yesterday they blew them out.
It's wild because there is actually a mountain of evidence that points towards yes, but I still cannot bring myself to say yes, right? Like there's no world. Like
Right.
it's crazy because his superstardom is such that I don't care kind of what the numbers say. I'm like, y'all, it's the dirt. Dirt is dirt. It's all dirt. I don't know, dude. Like he's a superstar.
It's like when DeMarcus Cousins got hurt for the Pelicans, but then they started winning, and they made a run and made the playoffs after he was hurt.
Well, it's kind of like that, except that DeMarcus Cousins was not, even at the time, the bona fide, accepted, like, lead dog superstar that Ja Morant. I mean, Ja Morant is an MVP candidate. Like, we talked about the difference that Joel Embiid made being off the court versus on the court and how, oh, look at that. That's a real MVP effect. How do you argue for Ja Morant to win MVP when the team is literally better without him? It's
and
wild.
that's not even like going against Ja Morant. Ja Morant's one of the most exciting players in the NBA, but the numbers are just fascinating in the fact that they can be 20-5 without him, and then they're up by 55 at one point last night against the Warriors.
And it's like, and I don't even have a take here. Like, I don't have some great takeaway answer to this question. I'm merely highlighting the absurdity of the question and the fact, like, just what a weird statistical quirk here that this has come about. And if you're a Grizzlies fan, obviously, look, I don't think that you worry too much about it. You just accept, no, look, we're better with Ja Morant. He's amazing, and we will ride with Ja Morant no matter what. So it doesn't matter. It's just wild that they've actually been better without him this year.
It is. I think they could have won this series easy had he stayed healthy. It's kind of a shame we'll never get to know. I mean, y'all remember that.
Exactly, but you're saying that, but then they're better without him.
Yeah, but
I mean, there's the rub. It's crazy. I know, Mario. I feel you. But the numbers actually say that's wrong, which is just weird.
I know. I don't know if it's style of play. I don't know if it's.
You really think they could beat the Warriors in a 7-game series, though?
I don't know if there's a player that gets unlocked when he's not in. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, they just play more as a team, I guess. And defensively, they are a little bit better. But I think at the end of the day, it's just really good coaching. Like, Taylor Jenkins is one of the best coaches in the NBA. If he didn't already make that claim, he's definitely making it now.
Yeah. Shout out. I love his look, too.
Interesting story.
He looks like a high school line
He looks
coach.
like
What is his story?
He started as an intern with the Spurs, like in 2007. Not even like a coaching intern, like in a different department.
Yeah.
And he just kind of worked his way up.
Seems like Spoelstra, right?
Very similar to Spoelstra, yes.
Another guy who went that path.
Yes, video intern with the Heat. So a lot of coaches, they start working for the organization like in a different department, and then they make those relationships and eventually become like front office people or coaches. Like there's a lot of interesting stories.
I will say this, though. I may be doing a bit wrong here by high school line coach, because he does have a lot more intimidation factor. Like that right there looks like a pretty scary man. That could be the bad guy in some sort of movie right there. Why is it that the NBA, you can climb through these, off-kilter paths that in other sports are roundly rejected?
I don't know.
Right, like Jake, have you ever heard of a football coach? I know some exist. I'm sure there's exceptions, but I cannot think off the top of my head of a football coach that went from being a video intern to an NFL head coach one day.
No, first off, he looks like Hopper from Stranger Things, but second off,
he does look like Hopper. Oh my God, dude!
I can't get that out of my head.
Cannot wait, by the way, boys, to see what's going on with Hopper in the next Stranger Things season. Yeah, we saw him in the. I mean, is it okay to say what you see in a trailer? Right? That's not spoiling anything.
That's not spoiling.
Right?
It's a trailer.
Yeah, we see. It looks like the Ruskies have captured our boy. Yeah, he's got to fight his way out. We'll see. Anyway.
But no, I've never heard of that in football. And I mean, certainly like you can start as like a quality control guy and work your way up.
Yeah.
I mean, Adam Gase was a GA at LSU and then worked his way up to be a head coach in 2 different organizations. I mean, it can
probably
happen.
should have been one, but that's
Minus
whatever. All right, the Tyrann Mathieu contract. We got some details on, and I think something jumps off of the page when you see this. The troll levels of Kai Harley and Mickey Loomis truly know no bounds, Jake. There's just no way that this is by accident. Have you seen the total value of the contract? 3 years? Did you see the other number?
I thought what I saw last week was 33.
Well, it looks like that was maybe a bit. Okay. I remember when Nick told us that the first numbers that come out are the agent contract.
Yep.
So I'm sure we don't know incentives yet. I'm sure once we know incentives, it's probably worth up to 33, right? So 3 years, $28.3 million. 28.3. They can't help themselves. They literally cannot help themselves. As they sign the conquering returning champion, the one that broke the NFL website with jersey pre-orders, they are still getting in a shot at the Atlanta Falcons with that 28.3 number. It is so petty and so fantastic. First 2 years are fully guaranteed for $18.5 million. There's 2 voided years on the end of the contract to spread out the $9.5 million signing bonus. Yeah. Carries a cap hit of just $3.4 million here in year 1. So the Saints still have $16 million left with which to do things. The 2023 cap number is $8.9 million, and the third non-guaranteed year would be $10.9. Meaning, if you're going to go a third year, probably you do a new contract to rework this thing in some way. But yes, going into his 10th year, Tyrann Mathieu is coming home to the tune of just a $3.4 million cap hit. Fantastic work by the Saints front office.
It's really well done, and it was a position of need, and you get a player that is still playing at an extremely high level. And to get it for that price and to still leave some money left over, and the job they've done in the salary cap this year, and like they've done it for a long time now. We should never be surprised, I guess. But they opened up all this cap space, and Deshaun Watson was probably a big reason for it. But they opened it up, and now they have the ability to add a player like this. They're probably still going to add a receiver, certainly going to add a veteran running back. We would assume when you bring in Sonny Michel, you're still probably looking to add there. We went through the list of potential running backs that they could add. So they still got money left over to spend. Anywhere they feel like where they have a deficiency, they not only can go get a body, but somebody that can actually help them on the field and not just a camp body.
Yeah, they can. And I'll be interested to see, do they hold do they kind of hold pat? Do they wait and maybe do something later in the year, or do they get another kind of big name signing like a Jarvis? So the thing about the Jarvis thing that we haven't talked about on this show is, while it would be great for the Saints, it would be tough to see it from Jarvis's angle, maybe compared to some other spots, just because he would be in a fight for catches, right? Like, if we really think, like I tried to say yesterday, that I think Olave may go over 1,000 yards, and you've got a fully healthy returning Mike Thomas, I just don't know where the catches are necessarily to be had if you were Juice. At least, I guess the point is there are other teams that you could play a bigger role on for sure. But that's the point. It's not just Jarvis, right? Like Jake said, anywhere, maybe running back, right? Anywhere that these Saints may need some help, they have the money and the resources.
Still potentially could add a tight end as well.
Yes, yeah, no doubt.
I mean, there's some familiar names, Jimmy Graham, Jared Cook, some familiar names out there as far as veteran tight ends. Now, Gronk's a free agent, but Gronk's either playing for Tampa Bay or
no.
Why are you shaking your head?
That was for Cook.
Okay. For Brandon Cooks?
No, for Jared Cook.
Cal Rudolph is still out there. Blake Jarwin from the Cowboys is still out there. Jesse James, who's had some good moments for the Steelers, is still out there. So there's some players.
Jesse James. Huh. I didn't know there was a tight end named Jesse James.
Yeah. He was last with, I believe, Chicago, but he had some good years there in Pitt.
What about Jesse Jane? Ever seen the movie Pirates back in the
Different
day?
profession.
$1 million it took to produce that movie. How about that? Won all the awards. All right, when we get back, a little birdie told me that we're going to be watching Nick Underhill's Twitter, because I believe he will have the season opener for the New Orleans Saints going up here in a couple of minutes, and then also I want to get into what the LA Legends is doing with this new NIL bill. which is going to help. Keep it locked here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to AccuTempBR.com. That's AccuTempBR.com. Service to the highest degree. That's right, man. For all your AC, heating, and electrical needs, go to AccuTemp today. They are the best. And the service to the highest degree, right? That's not just a punny tagline, though it is, it is punny. It is a literal mission statement that they live by. Okay, go look at the online reviews for AccuTemp. They're incredible. Why? Because their customers are consistently blown away. Oh, does that count as an AC pun? I've never considered that.
I like it.
Consistently blown away. So with the heat incoming, you're going to make sure your AC system's good to go. Call AccuTemp and experience that customer service for yourself and recognize why you will never go anywhere else than AccuTemp of Baton Rouge.
Yeah, the heat, it's here. And so by now, like if your AC needs that attention, and if it needs that attention, just go to AccuTempBR.com. They're going to have a chat pop up right there on the website. Tell them what you've got going on, what your needs are, and they're going to meet those needs. AccuTempBR.com, AccuTempBR.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorns in stock with 0% for 72 months. Shop our inventory or custom order your Ram with $2,000 bonus cash and a 1,000,000-mile warranty. The crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli? I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
And this year, 2022, it's time to finally treat yourself. Bring your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service. You want the latest and greatest marine technology? You want to go to the place that has...
Moscona inviting you to join us for Thursday's AFR, presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Kramer Robertson made his big league debut this week. Kramer joins us on AFR Thursday, 3 to 6. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Look, if you're watching on youtube.com/1045ESPN, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Help us, please, the algorithmic gods that increasingly lead our lives, both professionally and personally, every single day. Hit that like button. I need to check Nick Underhill's Twitter real quick. But before that, Jake, while I'm looking up that Twitter, right now in the LA legislature, we talked about it a couple of weeks ago, but there's a little funny combination going on right now where the bill that the LA Ledge is pushing through as quickly as they possibly can right now represents a great loosening of restrictions on LSU and athlete endorsement deals at the same time that the NCAA is trying to say that they are going to crack down on such things. I think that in and of itself does give you an idea of just how kind of empty the NCAA threats are. But what's funny is, and we talked about kind of, peeing on me and telling me it's raining. Some of these quotes coming out here are pretty funny. Senate Bill 250, the House Education Committee endorsed it on Wednesday. I'm going to give you the highlights of what it does, okay? The amendments strike language preventing university employees, such as TAF employees, from facilitating deals. So now, not only can TAF employees facilitate deals, but if you're a TAF board member and you have businesses, you can now pursue deals. So it's removing limitations on boosters. It would make NIL contract terms confidential, which is a little interesting quirk. It would allow schools to expand their involvement in the process, and it would allow, I mean, you got to keep up with the Joneses. Like that, that's what everybody else is doing.
You do, yes, but also I think it just helps if you're working together.
Yeah. Yes, as long as the school is, advocating, well, I mean, and whatever, this is a gray area in terms of what's best for the student. But as long as you don't have businesses in the school colluding to get guys to accept deals that maybe aren't the best for them. But whatever, the school can now communicate with collectives as well, as they should be able to, again, because everywhere else can. What I love about this, though, is all of this is in direct, it's directly at odds with what the NCAA just said, right? And I love this quote from University of Louisiana Assistant President Jim Henderson, who I love. Great Twitter follow, actually, Jim is.
Jim had moved on to
Yeah, how about that? Big time, dude.
All right, Jim.
System president, bro. System president, not UL. So the entire Louisiana system.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Jim.
He went after Pat 40 one time, and it was really funny.
Yeah. So Jim says, quote, "These changes bring our environment closer in line, almost directly in line with the NCAA guidance. This will make it simple for us, and of course, it also protects student athletes." I love Jim. I don't think that quote's true. Right? I mean, am I dumb? Am I missing something here?
Oh,
it literally just says that now you can work with collectives and that boosters can work directly. It's like everything. Like the NCAA came out and said, no, if you donate to the school, you are a booster. You're not allowed to get involved. You're not allowed to do this. And LSU saying, no, you should be. Other places are doing it, and you are.
I think the NCAA, in their guidelines, where it was just like, okay, how many times are you going to shake your finger at me and not really do anything? I think their guidelines were more about getting, student athletes that weren't at your school through the transfer portal through these new deals. That was their main objective with the guidelines they just put out a couple of days ago, right? Because of the Jordan Addisons of the world that, at Pitt, now he's in the portal. Now everybody's talking about, okay, well, he's gotten $3 million offer in a house from USC. Alabama's offering this. Texas is offering this. To me, it was more about the players that aren't on your roster currently. When this does seem like, and again, obviously all this is moving parts, this seems like maybe it's about the players that are actually on your roster.
Yeah. I mean, but while that could be what it was meant to combat, the NCAA, the rules the other day were simply about redefining who boosters are and saying they're not allowed to be involved in the process. And LSU is basically saying, no, we need more boosters in the process. And it's not an LSU thing. They are playing catch-up here, right? Alabama's already passed bills that loosened all restrictions. They're now working with collectives. We all know about what Texas A&M has been doing since day one. So again, this is just keeping up with the Joneses. I just think like this is a funny quote as well. This is Taylor Jacobs, the head of LSU's NIL department. Quote, "The intent is not to allow a booster organization to pay a prospective student athlete as a recruiting inducement. It is to allow an opportunity to someone who is involved in a booster organization who has a valid business to participate in a name, image, and likeness deal."
Yeah.
And this is why we said the other day that it is impossible for the NCAA to legislate between this stuff because, Jake, I mean, you can't prove it, right? No. I didn't pay you to play. I paid you for that tweet. I paid you to show up and eat crawfish for 40 minutes or whatever it was.
You got paid last night?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
No.
About this. Hold on. I'm feeling.
No.
Did you get paid?
No, I did not get paid.
Wow.
But
wow, look at that grin.
But it's one of those deals where, like, if I had a company, right, or I was a TAF, if I'm a booster, I could do that, right? That could be the name, image, and likeness that I'm paying for.
Let me tell
I just think that's funny because, again, it's impossible to try and prove that someone is paying to play versus paying to just have them do whatever for you.
All right, I'm trying to throw a curveball here. Okay, stay with me.
Yeah.
So TAF and all these organizations around the country, obviously, that have been raising funds for these programs forever, right? Like in the NIL space, like they're kind of competing with a lot of people that used to give money probably to those organizations.
Yeah.
Right. And so like how many TAF members or whatever they're called elsewhere, I don't know, how many are truly going to be giving money?
Giving money to NIL?
To NIL deals versus giving that money back to Tiger Athletic
I would think
Foundation.
a lot. I would think if they're already the people that were wanting to get involved to the point of giving money for TAF, that they would want to go to
but
NIL.
what happens whenever the head of TAF or all these foundations across the country, they start to see their number go south. And they realize that their members aren't giving money to them anymore. They're giving money to the student athletes.
Yeah, that's the rub. Yeah, it's not ideal. It is what it is. Like, I think this is less about allowing, like TAF can facilitate these deals, but I think this is more about allowing those moneyed people in TAF to be able to give deals to student athletes. Like, I don't think any of this part of this bill cares about the actual Tiger Athletic Fund. I think this bill is simply about not stopping the people that are already giving money to TAF from paying student athletes, therefore getting better talent in-house. So, no, I mean, it's a rough time. If you're a part of a fundraising organization, times are changing. But, like, honestly, I'm sure Auburn fans would have rather, kept Gus Malzahn and spent $30 million in an NIL collective to pay players and get better talent than they would have to pay Gus Malzahn not to work.
And this, maybe it doesn't mean anything. I think actually players would rather have money than new facilities. It's just going to become the NFL, where NFL, you have free agency. Now you're going to have NIL deals for these college players, and you're not going to care about what your facilities look like.
Yeah, I mean, I think that...
I mean, you would be shocked. I don't know what the Rams situation was when you were there.
No, NIL facilities, or NFL facilities are
if
what
you would have gone to the Chargers' old facility, now they're building a new one like in 3 years, even the one they're currently in right now, you would think you were at like a Texas high school to spend some money on their locker room.
Yes, I feel you on that. I completely feel you on that.
You'd almost be, I think people listening that have never been, even the Saints, like you would be surprised with what those facilities look like because they don't care. They don't have to care. It's like we have meeting rooms and we have a hot and a cold tub and we have a training table you can sit up on. That's all we care about.
I agree. I don't know that I'm willing to go as far and say that you won't get new facilities in college anymore. Like,
you won't get them as often. And you like the fact that, think about it, like LSU built their football facility when I was a sophomore, and they've already completely redone it. Now, I know we joke all the time, I've been gone, but it was, 12 years? They had a facility for 12 years, and they completely broke it down to the studs and built it back.
Yeah,
you won't get that.
To keep up.
Yeah, but you won't get that everywhere.
I think,
LSU maybe.
Yes.
Maybe you do, but like at other places, even within the SEC, like the Mississippi schools, you're probably not going to get that.
The thing that I will be interested to see in that regard is because, like, it's not like these players are going to get any of this new TV contract money, right? So, like, once that money, like the school still gets all of the actual athletic profits and all the TV money and everything else. And I know that traditionally these buildings are funded by donors.
Dude, Vanderbilt's been getting that TV
anything.
money for as long as we can remember. They haven't touched their stadium since the late 70s.
Sure, but the TV money's about to go up significantly.
It is. It's going to go up to, what, $70 million, then it's going to go up to over $100 million in 10 years. I understand that, but still, just because you're getting that money. Now, LSU might, but like not everybody's spending that money on their facilities.
No, but this goes back to what we talked about, right? The people in the Premier League might still continue to do that because it's so competitive, right? Money always finds a way, and you can find the money. But I agree with you. Probably on the on the whole, facilities will stall more than they are currently. I'll be intrigued to see if they really do stall at like an Alabama or an A&M or an LSU, where people are more all in on the equation.
Look, the team that we cover, the team we played for, the team we cheer for, we're fortunate that they will keep up with whatever they have to keep up with. I do agree with you on that point. LSU is one of those teams, one of the few programs that can, whatever you need, and we're going to get to it at 9 a.m., like whatever you need, LSU is going to be able to do it. Like in any sport, they're going to be able to do it. But there's a lot of places that aren't going to be able to do it. There's a lot of places that, I don't know the dollars and cents of Clemson, but can Clemson, if they start giving all their money instead of building, new facilities, new whatever, like, are they
I
going to?
think Clemson could, but I don't know. Clemson feels like they would be in the Premier League, right?
Oh, they'll be in the Premier League, but it's just, I'm saying, different dynamics. The ACC, if they stay in the ACC, the TV contract is awful through 2035 for the ACC. I mean, the SEC and the Big Ten are going to be making double the money that the ACC is.
Yeah, I mean, that
double
does represent
per team.
A huge gap there for ACC and Clemson to try and make up. So, I don't know. Maybe over time, then, Clemson feels that squeeze and they fall off, right? I mean, you combine that with the fact that Dabo doesn't really seem like he wants to play by the new age rules, and I think it's very easy to see a world in which Clemson falls off.
All right, sorry, I have to read this one. Daniel Basham, our guy inside the chat. Speaking of high-quality facilities, the men's locker room at my high school didn't have stall doors.
That's the worst, dude. There's nothing worse than an opposing locker room.
Daniel, you'd be surprised how many SEC current SEC visitor locker rooms don't have doors on the stalls. And the ones that actually do have only had to put them in recently because there's males and females in the locker room. And it's the only reason that they've actually put doors on them.
There's nothing worse.
The Oakland Raiders, by the way, back in their old stadium, didn't have doors. The 49ers at Candlestick, before they built their new one, didn't have doors.
Yeah, it's
it's bad. It's bad.
I hate it. Does LSU, before I go, I don't want to go off Tuesday because, does LSU have stall doors?
I don't know. If you're listening.
I know the opposing locker room is very bad.
If you've played against LSU, let us know. I think I've been in there only one time. So if you played at LSU.
I don't want to get on my high horse and end up
hit us up on Twitter, in the chat. Do we have doors in the visitor locker room? Actually, we could probably ask like Lewis or somebody.
All right, when we get back here, we have the same schedule, boys, so we can break it down. You know where we're starting? Atlanta. Starting in Atlanta with an ass whooping, baby. Let's ride. We'll break it down next here on OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. That's All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. For all of your, if you are in the market for a new car, like a new car for you, it can be a Toyota certified used vehicle, which are very affordable, and you still get things like that Toyota Care warranty coverage. But if you're in the market for a new car, look at all the incredible deals going down right now at All-Star Toyota by going to All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. It's a great starting place whether you want to buy new, used, maybe you just want to rent, right? It's the season for rentals. Summertime, Disney trips. Whatever the case may be, go see Miss Lisa Sessions in the rental department and get cheaper per-day rental prices than your traditional rental company. It's all there for you off of Airline Highway, All-Star Toyota.
Yeah, no matter what you're looking for, remember, if you're buying, as T-Bob said, if you're buying new or used, if you're leasing like T-Bob and I have both done, if you're renting because the summertime's coming, you've got that trip planned, nowhere else to go than All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Ford has 0% for 60 months on new Ford F-150s, plus $500 bonus cash. We have new 2022 F-150s on our lot now. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law offices of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time.
For a Thursday edition of Hunt and Hill, we'll look at the NBA playoff action and a first look at LSU and Ole Miss from the box. Hunt and Hill, new to 2 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
You're saying like it's not allowed in week 14, or are you just saying it's like bad? If it is allowed, it's definitely on the edge of okay, no, look, all buys, this is from last year's schedule. All buys fall from week 6 to week 14.
That's miserable.
And I think you still only have
week 14.
one.
That's
you
played
still
a
only
whole
have one
damn
bye.
season.
Yeah. Welcome back to OTB. So this just broke. It's weird. Like, so the same schedule has leaked in some ways, but nobody has like a super clear just schedule laid out. What was that tweet that you just had up there, Danny? That seems to be accurate. I'm judging this based on an article that just went up on New Orleans football, and everything checks 1-to-1. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this is accurate. It looks like the Saints will start week 1 in Atlanta against the Dirty Birds at noon. Love starting against the Falcons. Let's ride. They'll come back home week 2 against Tampa Bay. That's going to be challenging, as Nick points out. Might not have Marcus May then. Not ideal going against Tom Brady, as he will be serving likely a suspension for the DUI arrest from, I guess, this offseason at some point. I don't know what is going on week 3. Week 4, you have the Vikings in London, and then in a pretty intense turnaround, Jake.
Stadium.
Yeah, in Tottenham. Go Hot Spurs. You got to turn around from the London game, and then you got Seattle at home, week 5. No bye, no rest for the weary. Get your ass back. You could probably speak to that. Then week 6.
We used to always, you got a bye. If you played in London, you got a bye automatically.
It's kind of what I thought, too. Now, I don't know that I would want a bye at that point in the season, but then again, when they do have it, it's not exactly ideal either.
And they'd hook you up with an East Coast game so you could go from the East Coast straight to London.
So, okay, so you will at least be at home Central Time, if that makes anything easier. But that's quick turnaround. The big one here, week 6. Bengals, Burrow, Chase, noon on a Sunday, okay?
Shelvin.
Going to be,
Moss.
Shelvin. Yes. Sure, right, I guess.
Man, whoa.
I mean, yes. Look, I like them as well, but, I mean, come on, now, bro. It's about Burrow, Chase.
This dude only likes the stars.
Put some respect on Tyler Chauvin's name. Tyler Chauvin's name, man.
Yeah,
La Refrigeradora. That's what we called him on the Spanish broadcast.
Yeah. Go back and watch the tape, man. 2019, Thaddeus Moss. ISO blocks from shotgun.
Yeah.
Catching passes. Blocking folks. Go back to that Auburn game in 2019 against that defensive line.
They all going down that day, though.
How are you going to mention Thad Moss and not even mention the toe tapper against Alabama? It's literally one of the greatest plays in LSU school football.
That tells you how many he's got. Go back and watch the 2019 Auburn tape, by the way. I know you're only into the big plays like that. Go watch the run blocking.
The amount of film bro flexing that you're attempting to do right now. Like, I didn't watch every single snap of that season in depth. Yes,
if you
Thad
did,
Moss
then
and
you would
Tyler
have talked
Shelvin
about that.
clearly were great players for LSU. Are you going to pretend like they are on the same level as Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase in the NFL? What are y'all two talking
Once
about?
a Tiger, always a Tiger.
Same
T-Bob.
team.
Oh, my God.
They literally are still Tigers.
Okay,
literally.
well, we got more
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
I mean, they literally are. I appreciate that.
ITIcollege.edu. ITIcollege.edu is the website. Remember, this is the number to call. 225-267-8003. That's the number to let them know not only you heard it here on OTB, but that, look, they're local. They can work with you. Tell them what you've got going on, and they're going to make sure that they work with you to get you to the finish line.
Takes 1 to 2 years to get that AOS degree. Summer classes start May 25th, y'all. Okay, May 25th. So the time to act is now. Check this out. The day after they start, on May 26th, they're throwing their biannual Student Appreciation Day event. It's an event just for ITI students, celebrate their hard work, cheer them on. There's going to be fishing tournaments at the pond on campus, an RC boat race. I love RC boats, dude. Scavenger hunts, egg race relay, long games. Again, this is a local trade school, family-owned, right here in Baton Rouge, campus in Baton Rouge. Go see it for yourself. Go to iticollege.edu.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Before we begin any electrical work here, we perform a home safety check that begins at your electrical panel to make sure that you and your family are safe. For all your upgrades, installations, and repairs, call Mr. Electric.
Miller Lite has more taste and only 1 more calorie than Michelob Ultra.
Service Master Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli? I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8 a.m. on Thursday, May 12th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect to see sunny skies with a high of 93. If you missed hour one of the show, you can now catch that up at the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. Coming up on OTB, LSU softball coach Beth Tarina joins the show at 8:15. LSU baseball coach Jay Johnson calls in at 8:30, and Chef Michael Johnson joins us at 9:30 for some Munchies. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or you can watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back. Hour number 2 of OTB. Breaking down the same schedule. A little old piss right now here on Off the Bench. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Wonderful drive into work or school. I hope you have a great day. Jake, say something while I type out this tweet.
Say something.
Well, you should have just said something.
No, you said say something while I type out
You should have said
this.
something while I type out
Can I
this
say something to kill some time?
Mara, did I ask you to say something?
No, but I'm going to anyway.
Oh, good job.
So
I like it. Take
y'all
the
were
bull by the
talking.
horns, Mara. That's good initiative. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Y'all were talking
Now
about.
I believe that you would have slapped up that old man in the press box.
Oh, he was getting messed up. But y'all were talking about the toe tap with Moss against Alabama.
Yeah.
In my head, that was poetic justice for the toe tap by Patrick Peterson in 2009. That was clearly an interception and was not called an interception.
So the problem with that, though, is for that to be poetic justice, you're saying that the Thad Moss catch shouldn't have counted. Both plays were legal, is the thing.
Oh, that's actually fair.
That's okay. Thank you, Mr. Prematurely roll your eyes at me. Okay, that is fair. Both plays were legal. Pat picked it off.
Just admitted I was wrong. You don't have to go back.
And Thad Moss reestablished himself inbounds and caught that ball. He was forced out.
Just because
he
you
was
don't
pushed out.
You don't appreciate ISO blocks like I do, don't mean we can't agree on that.
And another comparison from that game.
I loved Thad Moss's blocking. Thad Moss is not ending up on any billboard for Week 6 for Saints Bengals.
I hope he does.
I hope
they did lose their tight end to the Jets.
I hope he does too.
Open up a spot.
I would not be angry if I would want Thad Moss to have an awesome year. I would want Thad Moss to be an All-Pro tight end. I would love nothing more. What were you going to say a second ago, Mario?
In another comparison that's not quite the same, the fumble by Tua that was unforced was poetic justice for the fumble by Copeland in the game against Alabama in 2013.
Okay, yeah, now we're getting
very similar. They were driving down the field, about to score. He fumbled.
Set the tone for the game,
exactly.
Right? LSU was about to walk in the end zone. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can definitely jive with that one a bit more.
J.C. Copeland was a beast.
He was a beast.
LSU
Wish he hadn't fumbled
like,
that ball.
LSU had like 10 straight years of just like bulldozers. Like started with like Sean and Quinn, and just like 10 straight years of like dudes. Go back and I love this fullback dog. Go back real quick and like watch JD Moore and how many people he flat backed, and Connor Neighbors, and I mean Copeland and Stampley. I mean
JD Moore, the potential creator.
He was the creator. I don't know why you can't. Like you've already confirmed that. The science is telling.
My early research. Well, it's the same way that there's an LSU professor right now, right, that is positing that the Indian Mounds are 11,000 years old. That is being peer reviewed right now.
I did see Matt say peer review.
Yeah, I know. Whoa, what's that? So I am peer reviewing the JD Moore story right now. So this is a public call. If you know of someone who used the term 3-1 great before 2015, right?
About 2015.
Okay, circa before 2015, because everything that I've heard, like even randomly, people have pointed back to 2015 randomly. So everything thus far says that JD Moore may have invented the term 3-1 great.
And
when talking about the 3-1-8.
Like if anybody knows JD's
and he's very smart.
God-fearing man, doesn't tell lies. And I was like, dude, where did you hear that? That's fantastic. I just made it up one day. Nonchalant.
So
wasn't looking to get a lot of clout.
To be clear, I'm not saying that he did not arrive at that himself. I think people arrive at the same jokes all the time. Like I see it on Twitter all the time, right? And then somebody tries to accuse the other person of stealing their joke, and it's like, no, man, we're just both not that creative. It was like the most obvious joke to make, right? 3-1 great feels obvious to the point where I thought that somebody would have said it before them, but maybe not. Like I thought it was always a part of my North Louisiana lexicon, but I probably too came to it about 7 years ago and didn't even realize. Yeah. So we're gonna see.
Real quick, because I don't want to move on just yet from this fullback talk. Which fullback would you least want to see in Big Cat drill in LSU history?
Quinn Johnson.
Quinn Johnson.
Yeah.
It's Sean's
nickname was
right
Superman.
there, but Quinn just.
I mean, if it came to
brick wall.
Fighting or wrestling, obviously I would not want to see Sean at all. But no, Quinn was a physical monster. Yeah. And played in the NFL
for a long time
as fullback as well, right? How long did you make?
He played like 7 years.
Okay.
Got drafted too as a fullback.
Yeah.
Not easy to do.
Not easy at all. All right, so back to the Saints schedule real quick. Let me pull it back up here. So
in the fullback talk.
Do you have you want to talk about Alex Arma?
August Manion was a fullback. What did August?
Was August a fullback?
Yeah, he was. Well, he's
a war daddy.
He sent a text in about something about you and him and Big Cat.
He is not in Big Cat.
I thought it was.
No. Every day, because they called him No Brain, his job
now is a coach for the 49ers.
Yes, his job was to rush the pride formation. So he was just the hunter killer missile that would run in head down, and as the PP and the shield, he would literally concuss me every day. I was preemptively taking pain off, which is instead of being with which one's it? Is that Tylenol or Advil? It doesn't matter. It's ibuprofen. It's ibuprofen with caffeine is what pain off is. Yeah. And I was taking it pre-practice every day, knowing I was about to get just a brutal headache from August going in and just going head to head on pride every day. So not Big Cat.
You didn't have great. I mean, you being on punt, didn't you tear your ACL?
I did tear my ACL.
Probably got a couple concussions.
But I was a beast PP. One time, Auburn's in a block formation. I had to call him in. Not to brag.
How'd that feel?
Felt great.
You thought you were Peyton Manning out there like the sheriff.
Omaha.
Tar Heel.
I almost started making up hand signals. It felt good for sure. Look, anybody can appreciate when you prepare for something and that thing comes to pass and you succeed on your preparation, right? That's like one of the most core base good feelings in all of life, whether it's one tiny moment of that or an extended moment of that or a big deal or no big deal. You feeling that satisfaction, a job well prepared for it feels good. So Speaking of preparing, Saints preparing to play. October 16th, the Bengals will come to town. Hell yeah. Danny, could you bring that schedule back up that you had? Okay, there it is. So October 16th, Bengals come to town. Then you got to turn around quick and go to Arizona for a Thursday night game. But it looks like the stretch, Baltimore Monday Night Football Week 9 is interesting, but it looks like the stretch that is going to be absolutely brutal, Jake. And this is not off of a bye. This is before a bye, a late bye for the New Orleans Saints. You have LA Rams at home, at San Francisco, at Tampa Bay on Monday Night Football in weeks 11, 12, and 13. Your bye is week 14. So the hardest part of your season is going to be at the grindiest part of your season. And if you survive, you will get the respite of a bye and everything else. But that is a moment of your season that could potentially break you.
A week 14 bye is brutal. A week 14 bye should not be allowed.
Huh.
And I realized that they bumped it down. You know, you could. I think the first week used to be week 4. So they bumped it down to 6, and so they moved it back to 14. If you have a week 14 bye, you basically play a full season.
Full season.
You're playing a full season before you get
Last year,
a bye.
the Colts, Dolphins, Patriot, and Eagles all played 13 straight games before getting their bye.
I'm just telling you, man, that on your body, that is absolutely brutal, and that's going to be a challenge for the Saints, and certainly coming off games, because we don't know what Week 10 looks like, but no matter who the opponent is, you're playing against Baltimore. It's a physical game.
Yeah.
It's going to be a very physical game. Now, it's at home. It's a Monday night game. You're playing Baltimore, whoever Week 10 is, and then physical,
Oof.
Tampa Bay.
Oof.
Because make no mistake,
It
the
ain't
Rams have a
friendly.
lot of flash. Did you just clean your coffee off that jersey with my scarf?
I tried to, dude. I tried to, but it's not really coming off.
That scarf is not a goddamn napkin.
Do you see any coffee on you?
That is something
Do you see any coffee on you?
that used to be there that you just replaced.
No,
it.
I didn't replace it.
There's-
Danny did to get some
there's-
Pelicans in there.
There's paper towels right there.
There
And
were
of
those-
all
there were
the
those
things to
pieces.
grab in this studio, you grab my scarf that was given to me by the Baton Rouge Outlaws to clean your damn coffee off your
come
shirt.
on. Are we really
Of
gonna
the
be
jersey that I also gave you.
Are we really going to be this pearl clutchy about it? The scarf is fine. It's got other stains on it, dude.
I'm not dirty like you. I don't want coffee on my scarf.
There's not coffee on the scarf. Is the point? It didn't even work. I still got a little bit on
This
my jersey.
dude.
Can you see it? I can't see it on the broadcast, so it's okay. So we got Coach Torina coming up next. We'll get to her in a couple of minutes. Let's see. What else do we have here? Ole Miss. We can push Ole Miss back. We'll get to them a bit later on. The old Rebel Black Bears coming to town this week and going to get that ass whooped, man. As you know, they've not been very good this season. They can't hit it. Did they sweep last week as well? Right? Am I crazy?
Yeah, they did. Missouri.
Don't love that. But I love this LSU baseball team. So let's prepare to slide into the series with Coach Torina. We'll be looking forward to the NCAA tournament. Softball is knocked out of the SEC tournament in round 1 yesterday. Coach Torina still brave enough to come on and join us despite not, obviously not being in the best of moods. And then we got Coach Jay Johnson coming up at 8:30. Keep it locked here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Hey, so my boy Kenny Frederick, Jake, texted us. You saw it too. How about it? Like 4 or 5 cars in the shop yesterday.
Yep.
Turn on the car. What was every radio on? 104.5 ESPN. We love it. Okay, we love being partnered with DGB. There's the OGs. So if you love OTB, you love DG&B as well. Go to dgbauto.com, dgbauto.com. If you're in a Central Parish, you get an accident. Gonzales PD cannot tell you who gets towed. You say Donaldson Glass Body, you get $100 off those towing fees, and you go to the best body shop in the state. Donaldson Glass Body. Do it.
D-Bob and I have both worked with them. I mean, they've been great for us. And I tell you, like, I worked with them before I was even on OTB. And throughout the entire process, they were transparent. They worked with me. They didn't surprise me with anything. They did the job. They did it right the first time. Didn't have to go back. And that's the kind of service that everyone's going to get over Donaldson Glass and Body and dgbauto.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
The 2022 Smoke 'em If You Got 'em, presented by Mockler Beverage, is almost here. Smoke 'em If You Got 'em is an event that raises money to support military veterans and their families. Tickets are $100, and this year's event benefits the Special Forces Charitable Trust. Come enjoy live music, a grill station, a cigar station, a dessert station, a live and silent auction, and so much more. It's the 2022 Smoke 'em If You Got 'em fundraiser, presented by Mockler Beverage, Sunday, May 22nd at Ben 77. Learn more at smokeembr.com.
Bayou Ford has 0% for 60 months on new Ford F-150s, plus $500 bonus cash. We have new 2022 F-150s on our lot now. And all new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law offices of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
On a Thursday edition of Early Line, we recap last night's action in the NBA playoffs, and we start looking ahead to the sports weekend, including more NBA and a big series for LSU baseball against Ole Miss. Join us 2 to 3 p.m. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Esther and T-Bob, the 2022 LAB Prestige Award winner for Best Sports Radio Show. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Right now, it is time to slide into the series presented by Small Sliders. Let's talk to Coach Beth Tarina. Coach Tarina, thank you for joining us. I know it is certainly a frustrating time, as the last couple of weeks have been the tale of a lot of good, right? A lot of getting close when you look at that last Mississippi State game and finishing almost as the 4 seed there, barely losing last night, the comeback to push it 2 extra innings, getting a runner third, barely missing out. And now, I guess my question is, how do you avoid letting that negativity seep through when the NCAA tournament is now right around the corner?
Well, that was a long question. A lot of things you just asked me for an early morning. But I think the key is that we kind of just get back and reset and regroup. I think, playing in the SEC tournament is awesome. We would have loved to stay around longer, but we've got to try to find the silver lining here and use these days to prepare our team for what's next. It'll be nice to have 3 days of practice here without knowing your opponent. So you can only work on yourself. You can only just fix problems and work on yourself. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I wasn't sure. The phone cut off, and so I wasn't sure. So so when you're looking at fixing yourself and working on what you need to work on, what is kind of priority number one in that regard going into tournament time?
Well, we kind of sat down and just identified some different things for different people, and everybody's one thing that they need to do individually, and we're going to attack it like that. We're going to just really focus on them as individuals and people, and kind of working on them. And I think they'll draw a lot of confidence from that, from just knowing that they are taking their one thing that's been, not great for them and making it better. So hopefully that'll not just make us perform better, but it'll give us the confidence to go out and be the best version of ourselves.
Now, Coach, do you have any maybe enlightenment on where the postseason future kind of where you maybe stand as far as a team and maybe some of the places and teams that you could play?
Yeah, what's crazy is, we're right on that bubble, of hosting or not.
Right.
But I do think we'll probably be on the road. And then I don't think, they have all the rules about if you're close enough to drive. I don't think there's a host within driving range of us. So that kind of puts us wide open for really anywhere in the country, west, east. I don't think there's any way to predict at this point. And I have never really felt like this before, where you had no idea. Sometimes we cheat a little bit and start watching the film and start, make our best guess and start at least gathering the information. But I really just have no idea at this point.
Is there something to be said, maybe, Coach, for when you are going through some frustrating times, getting out there and taking the show on the road? Like, I know I've been a part of teams that have really tried to lean into that kind of idea of being road warriors when you get into a tournament setting and you got to go into unfriendly confines. Sometimes there can almost be a galvanizing effect.
Well, there's a lot of benefits to it, really. You get a little more control of your team and what they eat and where they sleep and how much they sleep and, what's going on when you're staying in the hotel instead of staying in town. Maybe eliminate some of the distractions that you might have, and we've done it before. We've been road regional, road super regional, and been in the College World Series. So it's not something that's foreign to us or new. We've done it before, and it can happen. And my guess is, with the way our team has played lately, we're probably one of the last teams that somebody wants to show up at their place next weekend.
Well, yeah, that was going to kind of be my question, Coach. Y'all have been playing good. Anytime you get into a tournament situation like that, obviously you fall short in one game, and a lot of people want to say, oh, man, this is downtime, but it's not. When you look at what y'all have done over the last couple of weeks, kind of like T-Bob mentioned, and so that is a benefit to LSU. But what are some of the things? You mentioned working on yourself during practice as you don't quite yet know the opponent. What are some of the things maybe that you're looking to get out of those practices?
Well, I think we've really made it very specific. Like, some people are working on their lower half. Some people are working on their turn. We got some infielders, trying to come get things. We're trying to work on their hands, like super specific. We sat down on the way home last night, identified a lot of things, and we're going to group them up and really just try to clean some things up. There's not a moment in this season, really, where we get to not have an opponent in the back of our mind. We try really hard to play LSU softball and prepare for, just being our best, but there's never a moment where we don't have our next opponent in the back of our head, like, oh, well, we're going to make sure we're coming to get balls on the run because they're fast, or something like that. We have no concept of what's up next, so it's really a nice time to focus on just us. So I think we have to try to see the silver lining in this whole thing.
Do you is there any value from kind of a team messaging standpoint in putting it in their head that, look, despite what you may be feeling now, despite the frustrations, ultimately what like really will determine how we are judged and where we land will be what we do next? Like do you lean into that? Not the challenge even of the postseason, but the opportunity of the postseason to erase whatever bad will or frustrations you're feeling this morning.
And that's the cool thing about our game is everything's about the next. It's like it's always about the next pitch. Like, it doesn't matter if you hit a home run in your last at bat. That's gone. Like, people care about what you do in your next at bat, or you made the error. So what? What do you do on the next pitch? Like, I think that's what our game is exactly, as much as any game out there. Because the cool thing about our sport is, like, you get a next at bat. If you're a gymnast on the balance beam, you don't get a next beam routine that night. You're
sure.
But in our game, like, you get a next, and you're as good as the next. So I think without question, that's what we'll lean into.
Yeah, I think, I was always raised by my old man on the football golden rule, one snap and clear. I guess in softball and baseball, just replace one word, one pitch and clear, right? I don't care if it's a good pitch or a bad pitch. It's all about the next pitch. And I look forward to y'all's next pitch, Coach. Like I said, I know that there's been a lot of close but no cigar moments, but to get to those close moments has been so much good. I think this is a team that is really going to surprise people in this postseason, and we wish you the best of luck. And thank you for waking up with us, despite the fact that I know that you are feeling a little frustrated today.
I appreciate you sticking with us and having me on this morning. It means a lot.
Absolutely. Coach Beth Tarina, getting ready for the postseason. Thank you so much, Coach. Yeah, man, it's they are greater than anything right now. This softball team is being mentally tested. If you don't know, the series against Mississippi State, they won the first two games.
Yep.
They were winning game 3 5-0 after the first or second inning. If they had held on to that game, they would have finished 4th in the SEC. They would have had the double bye in the SEC tournament. Instead, Mississippi State comes back. They lose 6-5. That pushes them down to 6th in the SEC tournament. Then they turn right around. They faced Mississippi State in the tournament yesterday, and despite looking like they were dead in the water, they tie it up in the 7th. They force extra innings. In the bottom of the 8th, they get a runner to 3rd and could not plate it before eventually losing 7-4. So it's been like greater than anything, the mental test they're in when you're so close to your goals and these little plays in the margins end up defeating you. That's brutal to try to come back from. So we're going to learn a lot about the mentality and the makeup of this LSU softball team. Like, look what LSU baseball did last year, right? They made an otherwise very frustrating and bad season a fun and memorable run by that Oregon regional. Getting frisky, being down to their last couple of outs, finding ways to win that Oregon regional and move on to the Supers. Like, all that matters is what you do in the NCAA tournament, okay? Arkansas baseball did not lose a series last year, and then they got knocked out of their own regional.
It didn't even make it to Omaha.
I mean, so that, or did they leave in Supers? Did they make it out of the regional? Did they lose in Supers?
I think they lost in the Supers.
Okay. Well,
it was NC State, right? Because then NC State didn't get to play in the championship because of COVID.
That's so lame.
NC State had a rough year last year with stuff like that.
Yes.
As an athletic department.
But either way, all that matters is what you do in the postseason, right? And even the giants of the regular season can fall in that moment, and you want to be the one punching up, playing upset, and getting the upset knockout. You want to be the B-ball to their Canelo. So we'll see. Sorry, Danny.
Wow. That feels like a stray.
Didn't mean to.
That felt like a stray.
Just what popped into my head, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
And so, real quick, before we move on from softball, this is a team that has shown that they can beat the best of the best.
Yes.
They take 2 or 3 from Alabama. They take a game off Florida. This is a team that you should not give up on. They're 34-21. They have a really good RPI. And in softball, as we've talked many times, you can go on a run because of who you have in the circle. And Allie Kilponen is somebody that you're probably trying to save a little bit in this game, right? Because you're in a tournament situation and maybe you see what you can do the first game, and they end up having to pitch her for 7 innings, but she can be dominant. Like, she can go out there and shut any team down so they can make a run. I would not give up on this LSU softball team. They still got some wins left in them, and just because they lost in the first round of the SEC tournament, like T-Bob said, they were moments away from getting a double bye in the SEC tournament, the best softball conference in America without question. So they've got some wins still available. They got too many talented players to give up on them.
Yeah. Let's go, Coach. Let's go, Coach. We are firm Coach Tarina supporters here. Now, in what probably promises to be a more fun interview, next, we'll check in with the man of the moment. And that is LSU head baseball coach, Mara. Make sure you have a completely random question ready to go and ask Coach here. By the way, did you do your push-ups during the interview?
I'll do 2 sets here.
Public accountability is one of the greatest ways to hold ourselves to these sorts of things.
No,
I'm
not
not
with
trying to be a jerk, call you out, but we ain't bailing here. We are at the beginning of bulking season, not the end. And just like Coach Tarina said, one snap and clear, we're one set and clear. That's all you need to worry about is the next set. When we get back, Coach Jay Johnson off the bench.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Go to GEAUX Roof. GeauxRoof.com. GeauxRoof.com. Okay, Mario. Yeah. Raise the roof with Go Roof. That should actually probably be their next, joking commercial thing. Call 927-8300. Hit them with the roofs up. And then, remember, you get a free professional estimate. So you call that number. It's very easy to set up a time for someone to come out to your home and let you know exactly where you stand, give you that estimate. 927-8300 is the number. And then, of course, everybody that works on your roof is going to be licensed, bonded, and insured. And you're going to have great warranty coverage after it's done. Well, actually, they're going to offer you a 2-year workmanship guarantee on top of the manufacturer warranty. So they stand by their word. So go to GeauxRoof.com and raise your roof. Fix it. Fix the roof. I don't know. GoRoof.com. You already know. The best roofing company, GoRoof.com.
Our listeners fire up their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has new 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorns in stock with 0% for 72 months. Shop our inventory or custom order your Ram with $2,000 bonus cash and a 1,000,000-mile warranty. The crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
If home is where the heart is, a roof is a shield. That's why for over 25 years, South Louisiana always turns to Garcia Roofing and Sheet Metal. For more information,
Moscona inviting you to join us for Thursday's AFR, presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Kramer Robertson made his big league debut this week. Kramer joins us on AFR Thursday, 3 to 6. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
What up, y'all? Welcome back Off the Bench. And right now it is time to talk to the man of the hour, head coach of the red-hot LSU Tigers, 14-10, winning another series on the road in T-Town, beating Alabama, which, Coach Jay Johnson, I'm sure you were already aware of, but as an LSU fan, and let's be clear, right, I don't claim to be an objective journalist or anything like that. As an LSU fan, I love nothing more than hearing about results where the Tigers beat the Tide. How did it feel to get your first Alabama series win notched in the belt?
Yeah, it was great. Proud of our team. I kind of thought our fan base would like that if come November our football team could do that as well. So we actually showered in Bryant-Denny Stadium before we got on the bus. So I walked out there and visualized Coach Kelly and the boys having some success against the Tide also.
Yes, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Putting the vibes into Bryant-Denny already. Absolutely love it. And, Coach, it was another crazy series. Look, I know that early on in the year we asked you about winning close games, and I felt like you pushed back a bit, rightfully so at the time. Look, it's not we're just remembering more of the bad than the good. At this point now, I want to say, off the top of my head, it's something like 7-3 in one-run games, maybe even 7-2. It's a great number in conference. This is a team that is just finding ways to win, right? I mean, a weekend in which two of your starters don't make it out of the first inning, and you win that SEC series on the road. What can you say about the growth that you've seen out of your team in terms of finding ways just to get the final result?
Yeah, it's been good, and it's been a collective effort. You know, sometimes it's because we have power with, you know, guys like Cruz and Barry and Doty, and we end up with a big home run. A lot of times it's a lot of guys contributing out of the bullpen to kind of stem the tide or leave runners on base. Sometimes it's clutch hitting, and Sunday was a little bit of both that allowed us to open up that game. And really proud of them, and we're going to have to continue to do it. This is a tough series this weekend, and, you know, the rest of the schedule looks that way. So we're excited, and I'm happy they've got a formula and feel confident and comfortable in playing in close games.
Coach, we'll definitely have to get an update on Jacob Berry a little bit later on, but what does it mean, like, when you lose a Berry out of the lineup over the last couple of games, but you're able to get a Gavin Dugas back who, you know, last year had a really spectacular year in the SEC, and then you look at what he's done since he's been back. He's been in the leadoff position. He gets 4 hits in the last 2 games. He has 5 walks in the last 2 games, a guy whose own base percentage is over 500 right now for the season. What's it been like to get him back when you go down a Jacob Berry?
Huge. Absolutely. I mean, it's almost kind of traded out to production, and that's one player that's hard to trade production for. But Gavin did a great job. He's a tough kid. It's been kind of a rough year. Like, it just hasn't gone right. I mean, he had like a stomach virus, food poisoning thing that really hurt us not having him in that A&M series, or not having him healthy. And then, you know, he has a good weekend at Florida, but hurts his hand sliding into the plate. Wasn't really right for a while after that, and then hurt it and missed like 4 or 5 series in a row. So his energy, his leadership, his quality of bats, huge deal for us the last 3 games.
Well, and I want to talk about his role specifically in that leadoff spot, Coach, because one thing that jumps off of the page are the walks in those in the last 2 games. And I mean, you look it up on the year, he's got an on-base percentage of 500 right now. He's being walked 22% of his at-bats. It's just a wild rate. Do you expect to see him there going forward? Like what does he bring to that leadoff spot that is so appealing to you?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'll look at it a little closer today about, you know, opponent matchup, all that kind of stuff. But, you know, he's a threat. You know, they hit a leadoff home run the other day. It's kind of like when I stick Dylan there sometimes against the left-handed pitcher. It's like, well, we're either going to have the leadoff man on or this ball's going over the fence.
That's right.
So, I mean, Gavin kind of provides that as well. And then it also lengthened us out. I mean, you know, I dropped Kate Doty in the 5-hole the other night. Well, one of the best hitters in the country. And if you can get him up with 1 out and a few guys on base, that's a great place to be in as well. And kind of gives us a chance to score in more innings than just when the top comes up. So I liked it, and I'm sure we'll do more of that this weekend.
And, Coach, certainly we've talked with you about the rotation over the last couple of weeks and throughout the season. And then the other night in the midweek game, you give a couple of guys, and Samuel Dutton and Blake Money, a chance to go out there, gain some confidence. And so did you kind of achieve what you were looking to get out of those guys earlier in the week?
Well, honestly, the first part of it was we needed to win that game, like just when you talk about RPI and all of those kinds of things. I don't think people really understand that all the games get weighed the same in terms of the NCAA tournament and all of that. So we extended our bullpen, heavily over the weekend. I think they threw 23 of the 27 innings, and we needed quality innings. Yep. And so it wasn't like, hey, let's get these guys back out to get some confidence. My thing was like, hey, how can we set this up to win the game? And Sam and Blake were available because they didn't throw very long on the weekend. And with that being said, I'm really pleased with how they looked. I thought they were very sharp. I thought they had good tempo, and it was great to see them pitch as well as they did.
Talking to Coach Jay Johnson as we slide into this weekend series presented by Small Slider. And I want to ask you about Jacob Hasty, who was just fantastic, right? Not just with probably the highest leverage moment he's had all year in the 8th inning on Friday. I mean, the strike him out, throw him out. Should have seen me and the neighborhood dads in the driveway going crazy. But then on Sunday to come in and steady that game and allow the bats to take over. Coach, it just feels like every week this cat is gaining in confidence.
Yeah, big time. I mean, that's been a big revelation in our season. We really needed it. And credit to him for, working his way back from whatever you want to call it, the bottom of the depth chart, to being arguably our most important pitcher right now. I think it's a testament to his character, his work ethic, and has been great to see.
Coach, so one question we have to ask, I know Coach you get a little touchy about injuries, but with Jacob Berry, I know that you've said that it's kind of a pain tolerance thing, still has flexion of the finger. Are there any updates in the Jacob Berry timeline?
Yeah, I think it's more positive than negative. He is doing what he can in practice, which is a credit to his toughness. I mean, he's out there fielding ground balls with one hand. Wow. He's doing a lot of conditioning stuff to make sure when he can play that his body is in tune and we don't go sideways somewhere else.
Yeah.
We have him tracking pitches in the bullpen. It's just going to be a matter of, when can you do what? And it might come in different phases. But we certainly need him and want him back. That's for sure.
Yeah, certainly. And I know right now, it's like maybe the bottom level of what he could do would be like batting right-handed, then hopefully get that left side of that power back and so on and so forth. I mentioned Jacob Hasty, Coach. Maybe the opposite side of that equation would be Blake Money, who's run into some adversity recently, but he looked really good in the midweek this week. I think he needed a start like that, kind of, feel those feelings again. What do you think this midweek appearance did for Blake Money, and what do you need to see out of him going forward?
Yeah, I was really disappointed on Saturday because I thought he was in a good spot to roll. He had a good week of prep. Him and Coach Kelly worked on a couple things. We had kind of talked about some things mentally, and it didn't come together, and sometimes that happens. But I thought he looked outstanding on Tuesday. We need innings from him, regardless if they come at the front of the game or the back of the game. He's got a great arm, and you'll definitely see him this weekend. And we'll need him to be good.
Hey, Coach, I do want to ask you about another player in the lineup, and I want to make sure that we get this one across before we get you out today. Tyler McManus. And earlier in the year, we asked you about Hayden Travinski when he had some power numbers. When you look at Tyler McManus and what he's done over the last couple of weeks as well, getting a lot of production from that catcher position in the lineup.
Holy cow. Yeah, I mean, I say it literally almost any time everybody asks me to thank God for the transfer portal.
Yeah.
He is he's been amazing. And the thing about the production is it's coming when we really, really need it. It's either getting us back in a game, it's, giving us the lead, or when we have a lead, it's kind of separating us and giving us some breathing room. And he's doing a good job catching, especially when he's having to take most of the load on his own, and really playing his best ball right now. So huge part of our success right now.
Speaking of parts of success, what role does Drew Bianco represent to this team? I mean, we see him with the boombox. Coach, I think if you get a big lead in midweek, give our guy a trash inning on the mound, right? I mean, let's just complete
he
the circle,
hadn't heard that this week.
Complete the infinity gauntlet. But what is, like, how important is it when you talk about the concept of team is having someone that, you know what, he doesn't have to be the best player, but that doesn't mean that he can't be a key part of all of this.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'll talk about the baseball contribution. You know, he could play in the infield, he could play in the outfield. Good runner. That was kind of hampered by a leg injury early on. He got 2 really quality at bats on Sunday, and 2 big 2-out hits, which was a big deal. As far as the energy piece, he's a talker, man. He should be a politician someday. He's well liked by his teammates. Year probably hasn't gone how he wanted it in terms of playing time, but he stayed engaged and added a lot to our team in terms of the enthusiasm, energy that our team plays with.
Okay, Coach, Ole Miss this weekend. It's weird, right? Because if you were to just look at record, you could fall into the trap of taking this team lightly. Of course, this was formerly the number 1 team in the country. They're fresh off of a sweep. What kind of challenges does Ole Miss represent?
Great challenge. I mean, I played them in the Super Regional last year, and it's the exact same team offensively. And in one of those games, they beat us 12-4. We just happened to win the other 2. So I know how quality a team this is. Last night, I watched their game against Southern Miss, who's a top 15 team, and they beat Southern Miss. They're playing their best ball right now. Very good offense, very good top 5 hitters in the order. So it's going to be a challenge. We're going to have to pitch well, and we're going to have to take a bunch of quality at bats, and we're going to have to handle the ball. So this is no different than any weekend that we've played. And matter of fact, I will actually say I think it's our most difficult, at least in the past 3 or 4.
Okay.
Hey, Coach, and real quick, last one here before we get you out. You mentioned Ole Miss's bats, and we can look at the stats, and we can kind of see where they're at as far as home runs in the league and slugging percentage and all of that. What do they possess on the mound this weekend for LSU? What are some of the challenges that LSU and your team will face this weekend as far as Ole Miss on the mound?
Yeah, I think they've kind of figured out how to line it up. You know, they've got a good closer. They've got Dylan DeLucia throwing on Friday. He's competing, throwing the ball down in the zone. Hunter Elliott's a lefty that they like, and then Derek Diamond was their Friday starter last year, pitching on Sunday. So Coach Bianco does a great job with their pitchers always, and I think they've just kind of finally figured out how to line them up, and you know, we're gonna have to take quality at bats, and I know we can do that, and we're gonna have to be able to stay with them.
Coach Jay Johnson, cannot thank you enough for coming on and helping us slide into this series presented by Small Sliders. Coach, thank you, and best of luck this weekend.
Appreciate it, guys. Have a good day.
Thanks, Coach.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be frisky this week.
So Ole Miss, T-Bob, you mentioned it. Ole Miss is definitely on a heater. They've got a sweep of Mizzou coming in.
I didn't realize they won that Southern Miss game.
And then they did. They won 4-1. They beat a really good. Now Southern Miss was number 6 in the country 2 weeks ago. They have been on a slide. They have not played as well, but still, that's a quality win for Ole Miss. Ole Miss played that game like it was a weekend game because those RPI points, Ole Miss trying to make their resume look as good as it possibly can right now. So they did play it like a weekend game, like you should. You heard Jay Johnson say that, but that's neither here nor there. So Ole Miss, yes, the record is what it is, but don't look at that. Know that Ole Miss was the number 1 team in the country at some point. They have figured some things out. They're not a team that's going to dominate you on the mound, but this lineup, when you look at it, slugging percentage, when you look at home runs, now they will swing and miss for sure, but they are a team that can leave the ballpark in a hurry as well.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's the, the LSU team that you faced at the end of last year was vastly different than the LSU team that started, 1-8?
Yeah.
I think through the first SC3 SC series. So, yeah, Ole Miss kind of a similar type vibe right now. When we get back here on OTB, let's close up hour number 2.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
CentralPlumbing.org, CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552, just whipping it into the live read. Been at it for 50 years. I did not nay-nay.
That was a weird nay-nay over there, Mario.
I did not nay-nay for a specific reason. And because it's Central Plumbing, it's all about yay. Because you get the exact service that you need, okay? Been at it for 50 years, weekend, weekday, holiday, emergency, 24/7 service. You just call Central Plumbing. You don't lift a finger, and your plumbing needs are taken care of. Licensed, bond insured, flat rate pricing, great warranty. CentralPlumbing.org.
225-925-8552. That is 24/7. That is for your home, and that is certainly for your business as well, because when you go to centralplumbing.org, one of the first things you'll see on the homepage is the full fleet that they have available over at Central Plumbing. It's not going to be a job that's too big. Now, not too small either. Residential, they come to your house, they can fix whatever you've got going on. But if you've got a business, Central Plumbing is the way to go as well. One last time, 225-925-8552 and centralplumbing.org.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
This year, 2022, it's time to finally treat yourself. Bring your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service. You want the latest and greatest marine technology? You want to go to the place that has not one, but two NMEA-certified techs. Family-owned and operated by the Sherman family for 30 years, front-to-back is the answer in Baton Rouge for all of your custom boat needs. So head to fronttobackboatservice.com or find them on Facebook, Front-to-Back Boat Service.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law offices of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
Thursday edition of Hunt and Hill. We'll look at the NBA playoff action and a first look at LSU and Ole Miss from the box. Hunt and Hill, noon to 2 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
You leave this house now, no one can tell us where you can just forget about coming back.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Just thinking about Pat freeing them ladies of the night from their pimp's clutches and riding off into the LA sunset. Find her fortune elsewhere.
I mean, I'll go on record. I think Pat Benatar might be one of the most underrated artists of her generation.
I don't know.
People are talking.
I don't know that I can form a take. I don't think I know enough about the generation to say whether or not that's accurate. All the 80s babies out there, hop in the chat.
It's kind of late 70s, early 80s.
If you remember that generation, let us know. Sports Fan says, did y'all actually see the video of Tua throwing to Hill and underthrowing him? Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did.
We talked about it yesterday. I feel bad. It's just such a bad look. It's all over the place. Still cannot believe. It actually has even more legs than I thought it would. Still can't believe the Dolphins put that out there. Unless.
I mean, it was fluttering.
Let us open up our third eye.
No.
The Dolphins are not really committed to return the ball over. They have done everything this offseason, yes, to set Tua up for success, but also to say, if you don't do it with this crew, then we are guilt-free and we can wash our hands of you and it's no problem, right? Is this, again, third eye open, the Dolphins already laying the groundwork to justify the cutting of Tua and the pursuing of Tom Brady next season?
How many times do you think like the owner of the Dolphins or whoever, the president of the Dolphins, whoever, just like walking by a TV on a Sunday and sees that Justin Herbert threw like another touchdown pass and he just looks at whoever drafted Tua Tagovailoa over Justin Herbert and just such disappointment and shame.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling. Now you can play that game endlessly with the draft, but especially Hurts.
Yeah, but these are back-to-back picks,
yes.
quarterback.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That is especially bad. And look, maybe Tua, let's also be clear, maybe Tua does good, right? I mean,
he'll never be Justin Herbert. I had a conversation with one of the Chargers front office guys when I was out there a couple of months ago, and they were just my son. That's his guy. So I was like asking him about Herbert, whatever, and he's just like, when that happened, we were so shocked that everybody was like speechless in the draft room for like a good 7 seconds.
Which is interesting because in the same token, we weren't really sold on Justin Herbert pre-draft.
No, I mean, I know, but they were.
They were.
But
I'm saying,
turns out that those scouts know how to watch film maybe better than some of us.
Again, I think that's true. So when you're talking about scout misses, I just tell you it's like baseball, where like there's a built-in amount of failure to
his
the
deal
system.
was never arm or talent. Remember the knock on him? He's not alpha enough. Remember that?
Bro,
it's like he can't lead a
but you're
locker
telling me
room.
that you didn't kind of bandy about some of that on air? I know I
For
kind of
sure.
did.
No, I know. But I'm
He
saying
looks
like
floppy-haired and
what
young.
are we doing?
Even in the hard
Draft
knocks,
season.
even in the hard knocks, though, he did not look like somebody who was going to take over that team.
He's a dude.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
He is a dude. Jake rocking a chain. When did that happen? Says Greg Lamar.
Oh man, it's
been the last few weeks.
Been a month.
Yeah, it's been about a month now. How is it going a month?
I'm feeling even better now about the chain now. Like these push-ups, arms are pulsing a little bit.
Wait, so chain ownership sounds pretty tight. What about heavy lawn care equipment ownership? Because if you need any Hustler equipment or anything like that, you go to GoTro's.outdoorpower.com, and guess what? At GoTro's, where they are family and local owned and have been for 18 years, 2 locations in Gonzales, Baton Rouge. You go to GoTro's, and they make it easy, man. Super easy. Okay, free delivery anywhere in the state. Full access to the parts department.
Yeah.
Full access to the service department. GoTro's.outdoorpower.com.
Yeah, they probably have a chainsaw available at GoTro's Outdoor Power, but I know they have Hustler equipment.
I got a chainsaw on my chain.
Sure, T-Bob. We got to get you a chain. You got to get permission first, but you don't have to have permission to go to GoTro'sOutdoorPower.com, where we make it easy.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, Hunt and Hill, the early line. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli? I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
And this year, 2022, it's time to finally treat yourself. Bring your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service. You want the latest and greatest marine technology? You want to go to the place that has not one, but two NMEA-certified techs. Family-owned and operated by the Sherman family for 30 years, front-to-back is the answer in Baton Rouge for all of your custom boat needs. So head to front-to-backboatservice.com or find them on Facebook.
Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on Thursday, May 12th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect to see sunny skies with a high of 93. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can now catch that up the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. Coming up on OTBOT, Chef Michael Johnson joins us at 9:30 for some Munchies. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN. Or you can watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. OTBOT, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, Peter said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back, OTB. Why are you shaking your head, Daniel?
Oh, my God.
Hey, today, Dan.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
I was shaking my head because, like,
He doesn't like my DJ skills.
It just doesn't sound great. That's all.
What do you mean, the intro? That's just the intro's the intro, right? I mean,
no, but Mario pushes up the volume.
I kind of do a little fluctuating.
When it already does it with the beat.
Wait.
You can
So
clearly
you're telling me
tell.
those
You
random fluctuations that I'm hearing? I thought that was just a flaw of the audio recording.
Nope.
You're
No,
telling me that
he's
is
doing it
Mario
manually.
freestyling
That's
the
DJ.
levels every day.
DJ Mario. Yeah.
every
I don't
single day.
think DJ's
Wait a minute,
really-
wait a minute,
What?
wait a minute. I am shooketh right now.
I never knew that. I saw somebody just screwed up the recording.
No, that's
Oh
Mario
my
doing that live.
That's my little touch.
Every single day.
No way. No way.
Dude.
That's what
Because it makes it
separates.
seem like we're about to come in, and then it raises back up.
Yes, he does it every single.
I know.
He's been doing it every day for like
actually,
2 years.
I'll take up for you, Mario. I think I actually enjoy the part of it.
It does it naturally, but he just.
I know. I kind of think I like it. I think I like it.
I know that.
Gives me like a little beat to kind of get a little juice too before we start.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
I know that it probably makes you feel good and like a DJ, but like a DJ is not really turning up and down the volume too much, right? They're mixing and scratching and messing with other levels, not just volume level. I don't know that I think you should do that anymore.
It
It
separates me from past producers of the show.
Yeah, but like, if I murdered someone, it would separate me from past hosts, but that's not a good thing. You want to be separated for a positive
Look,
thing.
y'all didn't even notice till Danny pointed it out. So
No, I've always noticed. I just assumed it was a bad recording. I never knew that it was you lowering the volume at that one point and then raising it back up every day.
you know what they say about people that assume.
Yes, you make an ass of you and me, and I've made an ass of myself, assuming that it was somebody on the recording when you've been doing it every single day.
Well, if you think it's stopping, I have bad news.
I'm loving
spicy Mario.
Push-up Mario is
Push-up Mario.
It's like a push-up bra. He is in his best self. He is taking initiative. He is fighting back and firing back against us messing with him. Push-up Mario is the best version of himself. He
even
is
got
the,
Hester taken up from me. Man.
yeah, that's true, dude. You're in the Super Mario world of Marios right
Usually
now.
I have to take up for Danny because T-Bob's bullying him, but yeah, I'm going to take up for Mario.
Well, Danny's banging my mom, okay? So, like, what are you talking about? Well, I'm not supposed to bully that man.
We went all in.
He's trying to.
We are off in the deep end.
Sliding into those DMs all the time. By the way, hit the like button if you're watching on youtube.com.
God, I hope Teresa's not listening.
You got to get it to 100. Don't worry. They're not. Nobody in my family listens to anything that I do. Not
Bobby?
my wife, not my mother, not my father. No one.
None of your sisters, not Bo, no one.
Bo does.
Okay.
Bo does.
Say Bo.
That's right.
What's that, Bo is the best name
Say Bo.
to use with a good country accent.
Say Bo. What's up, man?
Say Bo.
All right. So we got Chef at 9:30. Coming up right now, though, it's time for some big deal or no big deal.
We do not have that ready.
Oh my God! You're so worried about DJing back there. I'm off of it now, Mario. I was with you. I'm off. I'm off. Wow.
No big deal.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
I've been fired up all morning long. All morning long. I put together the document every day. I don't even ask anybody to put anything in there. I ask just for awareness of the document.
Can I?
Go ahead.
It in the documents at 9:15.
Damn it! It is at 9:15. That's on me.
Now it's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
That's on me.
Oh man.
I'll take that out.
R.I.P.
You were aware of the document. That's my fault.
Yeah.
All good in the hood, man.
I switched it in my head.
We got it ready.
This is just like if you can prove your point on carbon dating, Jake. I will accept defeat.
Oh, I know you will. I've long said that about you, T-Bob.
I just still think that I'm right.
When you're wrong, you have no problem admitting when you were wrong.
Apologize, Mario. I deserve to be punished for this. We had CFP rule changes at 9 a.m., didn't we?
We did.
What are some of these potential CFP rule changes, Jake?
Now let's go there. All right. So another proposal in the NCAA world right now, currently working its way through the system, is a 2-year waiver to abolish the cap on initial counters, so 25 signees per year, and will allow FBS teams to sign up to the allowed 85 scholarships. I love this one. I love it because you're not going to have guys like me that probably got the last scholarship LSU offered that aren't going to have that opportunity because these coaches are holding on to 5 scholarships for the transfer portal and not giving them to high school players. So I love it for that reason. And you also can be like, well, Alabama's going to sign 37 kids. Well, if they have 37 scholarships available, they can do it.
Yeah, also,
that's on them.
It was like in the age of the new transfer portal, it was a literal mathematical drain. Like there was no way around it. Players were just leaving at a higher clip.
You
than
should
you could bring them in.
never, ever have a situation, and look, some of it's their own fault without question, at an LSU where you have 39 scholarship players for a bowl game. Mississippi State played a game like 3 years ago where they had like 42 players on scholarship on a road trip. Like that should not happen. And with the transfer portal now, it's going to pop up everywhere if you don't change the rules. If I have 85 available scholarships, let me use 85 scholarships, right? Yeah. So many times, and I'm talking the bluest of blue bloods, would have 71 scholarship players, 68 scholarship players. And what would they do? It was a nice story. They give like 7 to walk-on players because they had them available for that year, which is great. I'm not against that. But if I have the available spots on my roster and say I had 15 guys go to the NFL draft like Georgia did or 14 like LSU did in 2019, let me sign those players. I shouldn't be capped at 25. Allow me to fill out my roster. And you can also, T-Bob, if you're one of those people who's like, well, this school A, B, and C is going to sign all these players and it's going to be unfair. Well, everybody has the ability to do it, one.
Yep.
And the second part of that is if you sign 37 players in a class in today's age, you ain't keeping them all. A lot of them going to transfer anyway. So it's forever changing. You're not going to keep 37 people coming in at one time happy.
No.
So allow me to have 85 scholarships.
At that point, your roster is skewed far too young, right? Like if you have 37 true freshmen out of your 85, that speaks to you took over a situation that was very broken and had to go on a signing spree simply to get numbers back up. So we're all in agreement that is a good change, a good and solid change that is needed.
All right, so we actually all agree here. The second one, transfer windows. Love this one. And this has a lot of support from coaches and administrators across the country. There should be 2 5-week windows per year that you can enter the transfer portal. One after spring football and one after the season. So one kind of probably at some point in May is when it begins, and then one in December. You would have 10 weeks total. So right now it's 52. You would have 10 weeks total, 5 and 5. That will slow down some of this movement in college football as well.
Yeah, I mean, this makes sense to me just from a this is not restrictive, right? I mean, I guess you could say, well, T-Bob, it is, but it's also not, though, right? You're not really holding back players from transferring, it's just like a free agency period, which has a set beginning and end, a trade deadline, right? These are just guidelines that you agree upon so that you can allocate your resources and your time management to say that, okay, this is when we need to hit that portion of the game hard. It's not stopping any players from transferring. It's just saying you have to transfer within this window. And so, yeah, This makes all the sense in the world.
Cleans it up a little bit.
Yeah, as this marketplace continues to take shape, this is a needed kind of guideline change, I would say, for sure. I think this is another easy one.
Yeah. The NCAA and easy don't go together, so hopefully this actually works out. All right, another one that I think affects the teams that we root for here in Baton Rouge. Right now, there are strict limits on the amount of coaches schools can hire in different sports. And those that are on the field and off the field, coaches and designated, we all know analysts and all that, that could go away, allowing schools to hire however many coaches as long as they can afford it. Like, I read this as, obviously, LSU's got like 1 million analysts, Alabama, Georgia, all of them have 1 million analysts, and so they're going to continue to do that. But in the part when they say in different sports, could we finally see, if you can afford it, the ability to hire a third full-time assistant in baseball?
So is
softball.
it? Could you hire like 7 assistants? You're saying
It
says as many as you can pay.
It says that could go away, allowing schools to hire however many coaches as long as they can afford it.
This is a little more controversial to me because I want that full third-time assistant, but like, do we want a world where, let's say LSU hires like 6 or so, a full staff, and then like other schools don't in the SEC?
The world's about haves and have-nots.
No, I know, and that's
the school you got on your chest right now is a have.
I was just about to say that is a very have and have-not situation. 85 scholarship, not a have and have-not situation. Yeah. That's for everybody. 5-week period, that's for everybody. This feels like, hey, let's give the richest and most successful schools, let's make them richer and more successful. That's interesting to me. I don't know.
It's also
I'm not
the
as in
shadow
support of this
staff.
one.
I'm in full support of it because the SEC. And I'm not talking about just LSU. I'm talking about all 14 schools. Even in the ACC, in the Big 12, college baseball, they can afford it. Allow them to hire somebody full-time. They shouldn't have to make their money off doing a summer camp, and that's when they have to bank on kids coming to a camp to get their paycheck.
I want to be clear. There should be a third full-time assistant. Baseball should have full scholarships. I agree with all these things. I don't know if I like the gray area of there being no cap on it. Just saying as many coaches as you want because,
But in football now, you can have as many analysts as you want.
Yeah.
Now, they're limited and restricted as far as what they can do. If some of that goes away, that's a different conversation, I guess. But, look, you can go over to any facility in the SEC, maybe not Vanderbilt. I don't really know what they do with their extra money. and you're not going to be able to like have an office because all of them are taken up by analysts.
Yeah.
Florida has 46 people on its football staff.
Yeah, Billy Napier loves having dudes hang.
They have a game-changing coordinator.
I know. It's a great
Looked
title.
it up yesterday.
He's a tech bro.
They have 3 people that are basically a nutritionist with different titles in the football program.
Yeah, we were making, I think Chris Branch of the Hold That podcast, those bums, talked about this, where he was like, I don't know if like Napier is a tech bro, but all of these titles handing out have a very Silicon Valley sort of feel to them. So, yeah, screw Billy Napier in Florida. All right, let's go to break unless you got anything left.
Done.
I know, but do you want? Okay. But we still got Munchies. Big deal or no big deal?
The Transformation Committee is also soliciting feedback on a concept establishing a uniform start date for all recruiting activities in all sports. June 15th, at the conclusion of the recruit's sophomore year of high school, would be the start date for you to be able to recruit the player. Love that. Don't like seeing 7th and 8th graders and freshmen getting offered, and they've got to deal with all that pressure and stress, and these coaches got to go watch middle school football games and softball and basketball games. Back when we were getting recruited, I don't know if it was like this for you. You didn't even get an offer until you had like your spring going into your junior season at the earliest.
That was the offer.
You got plenty of time. You got 2 years. That's plenty of time. That way these coaches don't have to go recruit somebody for 4 years and then all of a sudden they lose them. These recruits don't have to hear from coaches for 4 years.
It's too much. Yeah,
2 years is fine.
This works out for the players and the coaches, so I'm in agreement on this as well. And it's not a have-not situation. It is across the board. Was that the last one?
I have more, but we got to go.
All right, let's go to break. We'll get back. Big deal or no big deal?
OTB, OT. Our listeners fire up their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The 2022 Smoke 'em If You Got 'em, presented by Mockler Beverage, is almost here. Smoke 'em If You Got 'em is an event that raises money to support military veterans and their families. Tickets are $100, and this year's event benefits the Special Forces Charitable Trust. Come enjoy live music, a grill station, a cigar station, a dessert station, a live and silent auction, and so much more. It's the 2022 Smoke 'em If You Got 'em fundraiser, presented by Mockler Beverage, Sunday, May 22nd at Ben 77. Learn more at smokeembr.com.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law offices of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
Service Mastery Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Mastery Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Mastery Elite, the trusted choice in professional.
On a Thursday edition of Early Line, we recap last night's action in the NBA playoffs, and we start looking ahead to the sports weekend, including more NBA and a big series for LSU baseball against Ole Miss. Join us 2 to 3 p.m. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
That's you, and that's true. Really wish that I didn't care about you anymore, but I do. What do I do in the rap life? Make a choose up in that fight, make a young couple do something sad like being broke up even though we had life. When I'm being dumb and stupid, who the is gonna hit me with them jerk face? Who gonna let me know to hit my mother on her birthday? Who gonna let me know when I'll be shopping if a shirt's getting? When I'm on the road, I'll be missing that. Always looking at my phone.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Y'all can't get mad at me when
Playing! Shut up! Turn it up! Turn it up!
And when they ripped off, you replace my buttons. But don't be pissed off if I hate your husband, cause even when I can't say love ya, I love ya.
This is where you should have hit the redraw.
Yeah.
Not in the middle of the flow.
Yeah.
I know I'm running hot today, so
No,
I think
no,
you're getting a lot of misdirected anger from me, Mario. I apologize.
Mario's got
Running
a lot of strengths.
Running
Great
hot.
on the
Still don't
mic.
have 100 likes on YouTube.
Works hard. Weakness is when to hit the rejoin. We can all agree. Big weakness for Mario. Big weakness. A lot of strengths though, Mario. A lot of strengths. One big weakness.
And that's true. Who is the girl that broke Lil Dicky so badly that he not only made this hit song based on her, but made an entire television series based around her? I mean, she is his painful muse, no doubt. Having to choose between the rap game and her. I know, Mar. I'm sorry. I'm running hot today. Need some relief med. Let's play some big deal or no big deal.
Big deal. Ain't no big deal.
Big deal.
No big deal.
Big deal.
No big deal. No big deal. No big deal. And it is a big deal.
All right. Big deal or no big deal. Wait, we gotta have some music.
Ads, just a terrible timing for the ads on YouTube in the middle of a freaking song.
Okay. That's forgivable because I agree. For some reason, despite everything that I've agreed to pay for in my life, I refuse to pay for YouTube Premium. Like, I use YouTube all the time.
Yeah, I do too.
And then they tell me all the time to pay for Premium.
Same.
And I refuse to every single day of my life.
I mean, I watch a lot. Like, I watch Hot Ones on YouTube all the time. I still watch music videos on YouTube all the time. And they'll just go in the middle of the video, but not paying for it.
I love when it's paused, and then after you unpause it, it's like ads in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Well, and also, we obviously can't talk crap about ads, right? It's kind of how we make our...
it's the timing of the ads. Ads are great. Love ads.
Big deal or no big deal? Drew Holiday, big dogging Marcus Smart.
This is a big deal. Drew Holiday, which we know because we saw him play for the Pelicans for a long time. I think he put on the world stage just how good he is defensively in that sequence. The dude's a freaking baller. I mean, time and time again, he just makes plays like this. One of the best at his position at doing things like this. I mean, maybe the best defensive guard. Now, Marcus Smart won Defensive Player of the Year. I understand that, but Drew Holiday's been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, Danny, that Bleacher Report article or the Bleacher Report link has the steal in there if you want to show it. But yeah, this is a huge deal. It was Game 5. It was on the road. You're the defending national champs.
National.
Well, you know, yeah,
you kind of are
right?
technically.
Technically, yes.
Yeah.
National and world champs, and you do it like you said, Jake, against the man who just won Defensive Player of the Year. How about this, though? It wasn't just that steal, it was the block as well. Yeah. Drew Holiday is the first player over the last 25 postseasons to record a block and a steal inside the final 10 seconds of a fourth quarter playoff game. Also, think about this. Celtics at home up 14 in the fourth quarter. And the Bucks come back and win that game in that fashion. Massive deal. Drew Holiday trade continues to be one of those odd trades that actually worked out for both parties. Like you got better as the Pelicans and you rewarded Drew Holiday with getting a ring, and now he's fighting for a second one. And, you know, Giannis loves having him up there in Milwaukee. So huge win for the Bucks. Huge
I loved C.J. McCollum's tweet about that last play. He goes, man, and you had Jason Tatum running naked by himself over there on the wing.
I didn't even see that.
He's by himself. Look at him. Top.
Oh.
By himself. Nobody around him.
USA to host the 2031 and 2033 Rugby World Cups. How about this? Men's is in 31, women's in 33. Danny, you'll be coming into your own at this point. Really, you probably have kids, maybe even
9.
No chance.
Okay.
In 9 years, no chance.
Big deal.
Okay, yeah.
Big deal or no big deal. World Cup coming, Rugby World Cup coming to USA.
That's a huge deal. The Rugby World Cup's the third biggest sporting event in the world. Behind.
Really?
Yeah. FIFA World Cup's number 1. Olympics is number 2.
Yeah.
3 is Rugby World Cup.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I was on no big deal, but you know.
No, dude, that's massive.
No, I know.
And rugby's played all over the world.
For sure, but we don't really care about rugby though.
But
there's a lot of people.
I mean, do you want
like that's
USA
true,
to be good in rugby?
That's true. That's true. World champions, like what you just said about the Bucks, they're not truly the world champion.
Oh, I know.
That's truly a world.
Well,
champion.
at the same time, though, rugby doesn't have the what's the word I'm looking for? Rugby's not played like as much as like soccer is. Like that's some true world champion stuff.
The most played.
Yeah,
it's the most played sport
like
in the
rugby,
world.
like you know, your Super League is Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa, right? Like no, like England's been really good.
It's still one of the top. It's still one of the top 5 sports played in the world.
Yeah, sure.
I think you're underestimating.
It's an okay deal, Danny. It's an okay deal.
You're tripping.
No, look.
I don't even know what to say to that.
As you said, it being the third biggest sporting event in the world, I would say that qualifies it as a big deal. And I would love to go cover World Cup rugby. That'd be pretty awesome.
It doesn't sound like it. It sounds like you're trashing rugby.
Yeah, I can make fun of rugby though, and still want to go to the World Cup. That sounds awesome, dude. Drinking beers,
just said no big
watching
deal.
rugby. I went to a Super League rugby match on my honeymoon. It was freaking sick. Watched the Wellington Hurricanes take on Christchurch. It was a great comeback for the Canes.
Everything you said before, it sounded like you're not interested at all.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
It's a big deal. I don't know.
I got so many questions about your honeymoon. It's the weirdest set of events I've ever heard in my life.
It was an odd time. Hey, congrats to Team USA for qualifying for the World Cup.
Yeah, they did.
How about that?
Because you're hosting, you qualify.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We're in.
Hey, I guarantee you,
2031,
Mexico and the U.S. qualify for the next World Cup too.
I don't know if I might have to take you up on that. We'll see.
They're hosting.
No, I know.
Yeah.
So just playing
Canada too. Right, Canada, all 3, right?
Yeah.
All 3 qualify, which is
America coming together. In the NHL last night, the Panthers go down 3-0 in Game 5, and they come back at home to win 5-3. How about that? 5 goals in a row. Game 5 to go up 3-2, so the always pivotal Game 5. Big deal or no big deal?
That's a big deal because the hockey playoffs, just like the NBA playoffs, much better than the regular season. So you see some performances that you don't see in the regular season. I don't follow teams outside the Rangers at all, but still, big deal.
I'm actually going to say, while this is so super tight, and I would recommend checking out the highlights because watching that crowd go from being – because remember, the Panthers won the President's Cup, right? So they had the best regular season record. The Capitals are an 8 seed, but they are an 8 seed with Ovechkin. They're champs. Like, you know, like that's a team that they're already scared of, right? So when you're down 3-0 in Game 5, at that point, all of your nightmares are coming true. Watching them come back was awesome. I'm still saying not a big deal. Because in hockey, the game 6 and 7 wins, like all the math is thrown off. Like 3-1 comebacks happen more often. Lower seeded teams win more often. Teams like the game 5 does not have the importance that the others do. Although shout out to Panthers fans, I know you're having a great day. Big deal or no big deal? Kramer Robertson gets his first MLB at bat and first ribby.
Yeah, it's always a big deal, man. You get to the show in any league, NBA, NFL, MLB, NHL, like doesn't matter. You get there, you are in such elite company. Like, people just assume that, like, you play at a high level in college, you're going to make it. Man, it's hard. And certainly in baseball, going through the minor leagues, it's hard to make it to the show. So it's a huge deal when you get to, you know, I think he's the 80th LSU player of all time to make it to the show.
Wow.
I mean, there's been a lot of good baseball players at LSU, and that number might seem big. That is a small number when you think about how long LSU's been playing baseball.
Yeah, shout out. Now, he did unfortunately commit a throwing error in the
When you talk about that?
in the night.
When you talk about that?
Oh, you got to mention it.
When you talk about that?
It's obviously a big deal for Kramer personally, and that's awesome. Accomplishing your life stream. If you're, you know, like a Cardinals fan, you're like, whatever, nobody. LSU women's golf team making the NCAA final, led by SEC individual champion Ingrid Lindblad. The LSU women's golf team will go to back-to-back NCAA championship appearances for the first time in a decade.
It's a huge deal.
Huge.
I mean, Ingrid Lindblad's probably been mentioned on this show more than any other LSU athlete.
We're big Lindblad fans.
I know Dustin Cloth as well, but
yeah,
I don't know.
We know. Kind of a byproduct of headlines back in the day. But yes, we have been big Ingrid Lindblad fans for Lindblad to the bone. Let's go, baby. Win the championship. Congrats to them. Finals begin May 20th in Scottsdale, Arizona. Big deal or no big deal? Sam Howell revealed yesterday that he only eats chicken. He's not a vegan, not a vegetarian. He just only eats chicken. Does not eat hamburger or steaks. Big deal or no big deal? No beef or steak.
Big deal. I hate this, man.
Or no beef or pork, even.
How can you just – I feel like that doesn't – I know red meat's supposed to be worse for you than chicken, but I feel like that doesn't even have many health benefits.
It's not supposed to be, like it's factual, but yes.
It is. You know, we're still working on the nutrition part. But yes, it is worse for you, but it's crazy to think that he said he's never even tried it.
That's psychotic.
For team dinners.
If you're not, like, against it for religious or for other purposes, like, that's weird.
He straight up said he brings chicken tenders to team dinners. Like when they have steak.
That is a huge deal because that's a red flag. I think adult picky eaters freak me out, honestly.
Me too.
You're an adult. Eat your food.
I mean,
like, what are we talking about? You don't have to like it.
I got
Try
some family members that, like, won't eat anything green, and they're way too old to be saying that.
Weirdo.
Yeah,
that is weird.
There was a meme, and it was saying, like, Sam, are you sure you want to come with us to this restaurant? You're a fifth rounder, and it's going to get super expensive. And he's like, I got it. And it opens up the wallet, and he's got a bunch of chicken nuggets in the wallet.
Yeah, imagine not having bacon, too. Huge red flag. Not my quarterback.
Bacon is good for me.
Look, there's a reason why that bad Wake Forest team was beating UNC by 18. I know UNC ended up winning, but the reason is because Sam Howell is
let's not
weak.
talk about that.
Last one. Big deal or no big deal? I'm going to read a few early Top Gun Maverick reviews. Okay, this comes from, oh my God, my eyes are going bad. This comes from Maverick Weber, who we probably can't trust. This one seems like he's
just a film critic. I think he changed his name.
Does the single greatest thing about the stratospherically spectacular Top Gun Maverick the sheer love and utter reverence that it has for its predecessor? Credit Joseph Kosinski for delivering the single best film of 22, an absolute grand slam Paramount has on its hands.
That's a verified critic, by the way.
This comes Courtney Howard. Top Gun Maverick has stronger internal and external conflicts in the original, but honors blending past and present into a poignant, powerful thrill ride. Kosinski doesn't emulate Scott, but he innovates and evolves. Incredible flight and dogfight sequences. Let's go.
Okay.
Tom Cruise, terrific. I'll read one more here. Somebody did say to see it in IMAX. So PLF is IMAX size screen. We all know that. We're going to see it in PLF.
Okay.
And then another kind of fanny one. But this was surprised me. Our San Francisco, the snobby of the snobs, right?
Yeah.
The ones who love the smell of their own flatulence, and we all know about the smug that can come out of San Francisco, even being environmentally threatening at times. Our San Francisco press screening of Top Gun Maverick erupted into applause during the climax, and I've never seen in all my days, heard that at a San Francisco press screening, and then I cried.
Another one from Mashable. How do you bring an action hero from the 80s into the 2020s without having him feel like a fossil? Incredibly, the team behind Top Gun Maverick has managed that and then some.
This has me.
I'm way too excited.
Even more excited than I was before. What are we at? May 27th? What's the day?
26th is going to be the early screening. Yeah.
All right, cool. We out here. PLF. Let's ride, boys. All right, when we get back, Munchies.
OTB, OT.
Get your Munchies questions in the chat.
You can get your vehicles at All-Star.
Yeah, Munchies in the chat. Vehicles at All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge. It's right there off of Airline Highway. If you want to buy new, maybe you want a Toyota certified used vehicle where you still get warranty coverage. Maybe you want a rent, cheaper per day rental prices. Maybe you want that minivan, the Sienna. Maybe you want to try one of them out, right? You can rent it for a couple of days and then decide if it's for you or not. Look, the bottom line. Also, look, they are looking to buy your car, right? If you are looking to sell and turn around and get a new vehicle, you will never find a higher value than you will right now. So the bottom line is stop putting it off.
Yep.
Go into All-Star today and let them find the answers for your car buying questions.
Also, if you want to customize like T-Bob did, the Murdered Out Mini. You want to go black on black on black on black. Like you have that ability over at All-Star. Customize that vehicle today, All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Before we begin any electrical work here, we perform a home safety check that begins at your electrical panel to make sure that you and your family are safe. For all your upgrades, installations, and repairs, call Mr. Electric.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
And this year, 2022, it's time to finally treat yourself. Bring your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service. You want the latest and greatest marine technology? You want to go to the place that has not one, but two.
Moscona inviting you to join us for Thursday's AFR, presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. Kramer Robertson made his big league debut this week. Kramer joins us on AFR Thursday, 3 to 6. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
What's happening, y'all? Welcome back. OTB right now, as we do every Thursday. It is time for some Munchies with Chef Michael Johnson. Chef Johnson, ¿qué pasa, mi hermano?
What's up, brother? How are y'all?
Chilling, man. How about this? So my buddies that live in Atlanta sent me a video on Instagram yesterday, and a place called Twerk Chicken has opened up. I'm sure that they serve like Jamaican twerk chicken and Caribbean twerk chicken. At least I hope that they do. But also they have a woman twerking on a stage outside of the chicken shack. Would a woman twerking on the stage make you more or less likely to eat their chicken?
I think that's relative to the woman, to be honest with you. You know,
that's a good point.
Yep.
It's an unfair point. I'm going to say I'm into it. I'm going to say they have a good chance to draw me in almost regardless of the woman. What about you, Jake?
I'm going to go Chef.
Okay, yeah. I mean, look, also, I mean, you know, maybe you run the risk of it being gimmicky and not being good.
Yeah,
Hashtag
that's kind of where
Munchies.
my mind went. A little gimmicky.
Hashtag Munchies. How do chefs view? Wait, what? How do chefs view hard shell? How do chefs view hard shell tacos in culinary culture?
I mean, if there's most chefs that I know view them as an Americanized version of something that it's kind of Tex-Mexy. That if you're a purist and like pure things, like you like that's an Americanized version of what a pure thing is. And there's no such thing as a crispy taco in Mexican culture.
Scott Dice, hashtag Munchies. I caught a lot of redfish down in Corpus Christi. Best recommendation for cooking it: blackened, fried, or grilled?
I don't really care to fry redfish. I like speckled trout fried better. I'd like to grill redfish. You know, you guys know I like the flavor of the food, and I don't know. You can flake redfish apart and make tacos out of them. You know, like redfish tacos. That sounds good right now with the heat. Some condiments on top of it, some pickled onions, some cilantro, and maybe some crema. Yeah.
God, I love pickled onions too.
Hashtag Munchies. What is your least favorite fad food trend that you've seen?
There's a
all
bunch
of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. You know, I don't know. I like the crispy chicken sandwich. I love, but it kind of irritates me because now everybody's trying to do it.
True.
You know,
it's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah, like, and you guys know this. Sliders was one of those things that I just never really got into. You know, like not to say I won't eat them. It's just kind of like if I'm going to eat a burger, I want a full size burger. I want to eat it.
Yeah.
Mario too.
Yeah.
Mario too.
There's some people that do it really well though. You know, like I like. I don't know if it's fast food, but Torchy's Tacos it's pretty quick. Like you can get in and get out pretty easily, and it's like it's a pretty cool place. And my kids love Chick-fil-A. Like they do a relatively quality product that in the realm of chicken sandwiches, I guess it's a tolerable one. So
I can tell you something that's a big positive, fellas, for Chick-fil-A. When you order, you get points.
Yeah.
And I redeemed a full family meal off those points the other day. Felt like I was doing the Lord's work.
No doubt. I'm kind of pissed that I've been buying daily coffees from Starbucks for years, and I'm not getting the points. I'm not using the app like a dumb.
Now there's an idea. If Twerkies, if you're driving through and then Twerk has this, you could probably run with that a little bit.
Yeah, like you redeem it for a free lap dance. Like you buy enough wings, you get to go to the VIP room. That makes all the sense in the world to me. I would hope.
Welcome to Twerks. Can I take your order?
Will they serve me Asian style wings in the VIP room? Like, I want to get sloppy wings while I'm in the VIP room. You know what I'm saying?
Let me save you from this.
Hey, lick this sauce off my fingers.
All
Hashtag
right.
Munchies.
Oh my God.
Had tacos last night. How do you prefer your tacos? Right, no, let's see this other one. Favorite variety of microgreen and the dish used with them, says Mudbug Pie.
I really like micro corn. It's super sweet. I like spicy stuff too, like radish. But I really love micro corn, and you can't just put it on anything because it doesn't blend well with anything. But I'll put it with a beef dish, a hearty dish that's savory. That the sweetness really pops in contrast of.
Micro corn.
Hashtag Munchies, healthiest fish you can buy from Costco and local Baton Rouge grocery stores.
So I am going to say either salmon or steelhead trout, and I'm not. To be honest with you, I don't do too much shopping. I eat 3 meals a day here at the
Chef
nutrition
just
center.
say I've got peasons that do that for me?
No.
Is that what he just said?
But also remember, chefs buying like in bulk from farms directly and
kidding.
everything.
Yeah, right.
Kidding, I know.
So if you're looking at salmon's super healthy for you, full of omegas, right?
Yeah.
Steelhead trout is a similar creature, and in my opinion is more flavorful.
Okay.
Halibut's good fish that's full of omegas. But in the salmon realm, like if you're looking at salmon, I don't eat or I don't buy Atlantic salmon because it's almost always farmed, and farm fish just isn't as healthy as a wild caught fish is. So, I mean, if you're looking for a really healthy fish, look for a wild caught salmon or a wild caught steelhead trout.
Okay, while we're on the topic of salmon, then, Chef, we've been going through a lox phase in my home right now. When preparing your own lox bagel, what is the correct preparation process?
Well, I mean, I think it's kind of up into the creator's eyes. Like I want some whipped cream cheese and maybe some cracked black pepper in there.
Yeah.
The lox, and then if you don't have capers on it, it's not lox.
No, I agree. I agree. But when do you lay down capers? I find you have to go immediately after cream cheese. Otherwise, the lox have nothing to bond to, right? Okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's all about the build. Yeah, absolutely. You have to put thought into the food. Otherwise, your food's either rolling all over the place or it's not hitting you at the right time.
So I'm not wrong.
Absolutely.
I've been going cream cheese, capers, salmon, onions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Cool.
I think that's great. Perfect.
Perfect. I just needed some validation there. Hashtag Munchies. Here's an actual, very chefy question from Daniel Glenn. Would love to hear Chef's thoughts on fusing Moroccan/Arabic spice sets with traditional Cajun spices for, say, a crawfish boil, Creole, or something like a turducken.
I love fusion. I love putting things together and trying to find new flavors that come out of it. I've never blended those flavors together, but I think the spices kind of lend themselves to each other. Lots of chili and lots of spice. I wouldn't have any problem with it at all. I don't know that all of a sudden Louisiana's going to buy into that, but I'm a creative guy, and I like where his head's at. Hashtag
Munchies, and I want to hear this answer too. Share some of your favorite salad recipes.
Huh.
It depends on the time of the year. I like seasonal products.
So maybe some fruit in your salad during the summertime, springtime?
Yeah, light salads, oil dressings in the summertime. In the wintertime, I like squash and stuff in there. I like fried crawfish during season. Put some fried crawfish on your salad, and I like proteins with it. Little tuna or something to go on top, or chicken's an easy one, but chicken is like the last creature that I'll put on a salad when there's so many other things that you can put on there.
I have a honey poppy seed dressing that is fantastic.
I got a honey mustard I found.
I have some really great balsamic vinegars here that, one of them is a ripe white peach balsamic vinegar. It's a white balsamic vinegar that is absolutely fantastic with some blueberries and raspberries and blackberries in the summertime.
Oh my God, my stomach is. How good is that on maybe some bread with olive oil? Is it really good?
Absolutely. I mean, honestly, you can put that stuff on anything and it's going to taste good.
Chef's the best. Chef Michael Johnson, executive chef for LSU Athletics. Another excellent week of Munchies. And Chef, again, I don't think they copyright or anything. So if you want somebody twerking outside of the LSU cafeteria, like, I think the door is open for you. And also, if we're worried about being misogynistic, I'm pretty thick-bootied myself, and I will twerk as well. We can bring both a male and female twerker to the table.
Oh, my Lord.
A little bit for everything.
Keep that in mind.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Keep it top of mind. Chef Michael Johnson, the man. Coming up next, we have, well, actually, hold on. Before we do that, let's talk about DraftKings. Okay, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now and use the promo code Baton Rouge. $5 on any NBA game. Like we keep telling you, with that promo code, you get $150 in free bets. How about this, though, Jake? Talk about the same game parlays. If you do a same game parlay, 3 different legs, okay? And 2 of the 3 hit, but the third doesn't, you'll get up to $25 back from what you bet. So why not take a flyer? And that's for everybody. That's not even a promo code deal. Yep. Why not take a flyer, bet a same game parlay, 3 different legs, and $25, dude. That could be a huge payout. Or if you lose, you don't lose anything. You get your money back. So it's all there for you on the DraftKings Sportsbook app.
Also, Daily Fantasy, real quick. Yep. Daily Fantasy, do not forget, right now, NHL playoffs, NBA playoffs, everyday MLB. You got soccer all over the place, right? You've got some of these leagues coming down to the wire. Like if you would have had Kevin De Bruyne yesterday, Man City, he scored 4 goals. So
he's got a great left foot, doesn't he, Jay?
If you would have captained him, like you would have won some money. So I'm just saying, Daily Fantasy out there as well. T-Bob's already started the push-ups. Ask the Bench when we come back. Brought to you by Cola Cruise Light, Vizzy Hard Seltzer, Blue Moon, Light Sky, Citrus Sweet.
OTB, OT. Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law offices of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
Service Master Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
For a Thursday edition of Hunt and Hill, we'll look at the NBA playoff action and a first look at LSU and Ole Miss from the box. Hunt and Hill, new to 2 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Yeah! Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cold Coors Light. Busy Artel's Blue Moon Lights guys said this week. I'm going to have to break the news to Rivers. I don't think I want to drink champagne on Fridays anymore.
That's fine. I mean,
I want to drink Cold Coors Light.
Which, be still my heart.
I know.
It's
Well,
like,
it all comes because, too, Moscona got a pretty sick mountain.
How did he get this?
I don't know. How do we not get it? I don't know. But he
I
got
mean,
a
we
pretty
did get
sick-
onesies, though.
We did get onesies. I love those ones. But we got a pretty sick cooler in the shape of a mountain that you put the beers in.
It's almost like Global Guts, you're saying?
It literally,
Yeah.
Oh my God, I hadn't even, it looks like a piece of the aggro crag.
Yep.
It actually does, dude. Ask the Bench, are walk-off home runs cooler than three-point buzzer beaters?
Yes, absolutely. Walk-off home runs are the coolest thing maybe in sports.
The reason why is three-point shots happen like this. An at-bat that leads to a walk-off home run, there's so much buildup in the tension where every single pitch you're like, ooh, is this it? Ooh, is this it? And then it happens. So, yeah, it actually is. Objectively. Avatar 2 or Top Gun Maverick? Top Gun Maverick. Forget about Avatar 2, Way of the Water. Mike, I mean, it looks okay. It looks kind of cool. The numbers that trailer's doing is insane.
Really?
Oh.
PatientPlusUC.com, PatientPlusUC.com. Get in and get better.
Beat anything for anything Star Wars from Disney. Like it's like the biggest trailer Disney ever had.
OTB OT.
Yeah. Again, go to Page Plus Urgent Care for all of life's unexpected moments, but maybe something more expected. Maybe you're not feeling like yourself anymore and you want to feel younger, you want to feel better, stronger. You want to go to Rejuve-Me Medical. Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me. I don't care if you're 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever the case may be. If you are battling that aging process and you don't feel like your best self, like how you used to feel, well, Rejuve-Me Medical is there for you. And they're going to draw your labs, Jake, and customize a plan for you based on what your body needs. Like maybe it's HRT, maybe it's not. The bottom line is when you work with Rejuve-Me, male or female, any age, you will feel better. Bottom line.
RejuveMeMedical.com. Go to conditions they treat because there's going to be something that you're probably dealing with. Maybe I'm not dealing with it. Maybe T-Bob's not, Mario's not, whatever, but maybe you are. That's why they have so many different things that they can treat for you over at Rejuve-Me. RejuveMeMedical.com, 225-230-4201.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. and backed by the one-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The 2022 Smoke 'em If You Got 'em, presented by Mockler Beverage, is almost here. Smoke 'em If You Got 'em is an event that raises money to support military veterans and their families. Tickets are $100, and this year's event benefits the Special Forces Charitable Trust. Come enjoy live music, a grill station, a cigar station, a dessert station, a live and silent auction, and so much more. It's the 2022 Smoke 'em If You Got 'em fundraiser, presented by Mockler Beverage, Sunday, May 22nd at Bent 77. Learn more at smokeembr.com.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
And this year, 2022, it's time to finally treat yourself. Bring your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service. You want the latest and greatest marine technology? You want to go to the place that has not one, but two NMEA-certified techs. Family-owned and operated by the Sherman family for 30 years, front-to-back is the answer in Baton Rouge for all of your custom boat needs. So head to front-to-backboatservice.com or find them on Facebook, Front-to-Back Boat Service.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor?